thing, I guess. That's why it doesn't register during football.
Yeah. We are recording.
Registration begins at 8:30 in the morning. The trophy presentation will be at 2 p.m. that afternoon. The car show includes door prizes, entertainment, and sessions. It's all taking place on the lawn of the Jackson County Courthouse tomorrow on Saturday from 8:30 until 2.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to week number 6 of high school football across the great state of West Virginia. Tonight marks the official midway point of the season for teams across the state, and that signals a sharp rise in the level of intensity and excitement surrounding Friday night football in the Mountain State. As the season rolls into week 6 this evening, playoff pictures are beginning to slowly emerge in all three classes, with top-tier teams rising to the top of the WVSSAC football ratings, while middle-of-the-pack programs become intently focused on producing season-altering victories that could propel them up the rankings and into the coveted top 16. Football has always been a numbers game, and this season is no exception. Each Friday night from here on out, teams and fans alike will be constantly checking scores around the state, attempting to apply the playoff algorithm correctly to find out where their team will stand in the playoff picture. Tensions will mount with each passing minute of ball games because some teams know that to suffer a loss at this point could mean the end of playoff hopes. For the Roane County Raiders, who sit at number 12 in the latest Class AA playoff rankings, a loss tonight would certainly not mean the end of playoff hopes. However, a win tonight against a Class AAA team at this point in the season could help rocket the Raiders up the rankings immediately. And with solid victories from early in the season already offering bonus points and winnable games in the coming weeks, victory tonight just might get the Raider faithful pondering dreams of a home playoff game for just the second time in school history. But let's pump the brakes on all of those thoughts for right now and focus on what Coach Paul Burdette tells the Raiders each week. Finish the week at 1-0. To accomplish this task will take a massive effort against a proverbial thorn in the Raiders' historic side, the Ripley Vikings, who own the series between these two programs. How lopsided has it been? The Vikings have defeated the Raiders every single time the teams have met, with the exception of just 1 year, when the 2011 version of the Raiders defeated the Vikings on their way to hosting the school's first ever and only playoff game to date. To defeat the Vikings a second time, the Raiders will have to do it on the Vikings' home turf on homecoming night, with the Vikings fighting to dig themselves out of the Class AAA basement. It will not be easy, but then again, nothing worth having comes easy. Will the Raiders be able to knock off these giants from Jackson County? Can the Raiders make it 3 victories in the span of only 11 days? Will history repeat itself 10 years later? Join us as we find out the answers to these questions now. Roane County, it's time to kick the tires and light the bonfires. It's time for Raider football live from Memorial Stadium on the campus of Ripley High School. Raider football is once again on the air. From Reedy to Walton, Newton to Spencer, and all points in between, we welcome you to WVRC 104.7 FM's live streaming coverage of your Roane County Raiders. Andrew Miller, joined by Matt White, Joe Boots Blosser, ready to bring you guys the action here on this beautiful, crisp, cool, fall-like evening for some high school football. A great atmosphere, a great environment, turf field. It is a beautiful place to play some football.
It's a beautiful place, but it is a hostile place as well, Drew. Like you said, the series between these two teams so lopsided. Roane County would really love to come in here and take down the thorn in the side, as you called it. Ripley has been one of those teams that we have never been able to get over that hump. We've had some close games. I believe the 2012 game was a pretty close one. Even when we came in here on, it was Shadrack's freshman year, we lost that game, fairly handily. I mean, but we held with a team that ended up going to the playoffs and winning a playoff game that year in AAA. It was a tough go, and I thought that was the precursor of what we were hoping that this team would be. You and I, John Penna, we've all talked about it for many years. This is a group of guys that's been together for so long, dating all the way back into the midget league, pee-wee days, playing flag and C-team football together, and we really hope that this group could put themselves in a position to, like you said, to host a playoff game and bring that pride back to Roane County. That we've had some down years as of late, a few struggles. This would absolutely catapult this program, I think, going forward, not only into this season, but possibly, into the future as well, with some of these younger guys that are coming up. And to see what they're capable of, it's going to be a tall task. You're going to have to watch out for a couple of guys. Ripley's very large. They're very large, of course. They're very crafty on offense. So we saw some plays. A couple of like hook and laterals, a quarterback option where the Ty Stevens is going down and flips the ball back to Ramsey, runs it in for a touchdown. I mean, you just got to watch for everything from this Ripley team. Mainly, you got to watch out for Ramsey in the backfield. Total leading yards man for this team. Good receiver, good back, and the big fullback Anderson, 6 touchdowns on the year. So a lot of guys you've got to watch out for. Mainly you got to watch out for number 1 and know what your assignments are and make sure you've got yourself in the right position if you're a Roane County Raider.
Absolutely. Roane County defeated Ripley just one time back in 2011, as we mentioned, en route to their first and only home playoff game. 10 years ago it happened, and could it happen once again? Roane County will find out here in just a few minutes. The marching band for Ripley High School is on the field. We'll take a break for our sponsors. When we return, we'll have more pregame coverage here on WVRC 104.7 FM, including a Coach's Corner interview with head coach Paul Burdette following these messages. Give me just a few here, George. We start our interview with head coach Paul Burdette in 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, George, ready when you are. Hi, welcome back, folks. I'm standing here with Coach Paul Burdette in the end zone. Coach, this will be your 3rd game in 11 days. You went 1-0 twice last week. A big opportunity here today as you jump up in class to Class AAA against a former rival in Ripley High School. We really don't need to sugarcoat it. We know what's at stake here today.
Yeah, it's a big game, Drew. There's no doubt about it. There's a lot of emotions on the line here tonight. Very high emotions from both sides. We just got to keep a cool head. We got to come out. We got to play football our way and do it the way we've been doing it and stay focused on the task at hand.
Absolutely. 3 games in 11 days, it's just business as usual for you guys during the week, but obviously intensity level ramps up during game night. You're on the road. It's homecoming night for Ripley, so it's an opportunity for you guys to spoil homecoming night for them. How are your guys feeling after that last week and coming into this week's game?
They're in good shape. Winning takes care of a lot of injuries, a lot of problems. The hurts don't hurt so bad, if you know what I mean. But no, we're healthy, and we've had a great week of practice, great week of preparation, and just waiting for 7:30, Drew.
You know, Coach, you look at these guys on film and you look at their roster. It's a big roster. It's a AAA school. It's a big roster, though. There's a lot of size on this Ripley team. But if you look at film, you see some things that you can try to go after. I think your defense has been playing at a high level, and if you can get some early pressure in the backfield on that quarterback and try to stop those two running backs.
We got to be fundamentally sound tonight, Drew, in all facets of the game. Whether it be coverage or tackling, we got to do it the right way tonight. Ripley's got a good ball team, and you can't take anything about their record and look over anything. Obviously they're playing a AAA schedule every week, and they're a very formidable opponent for us, and we got to go out here tonight and play really good football.
You know, we're sitting here on a turf field, Coach, and let's not talk about the sore subject with you on that, but if you talk about a turf field, it's a faster track for your guys and for their guys. It's going to be a beautiful night here tonight. Is it ability now to utilize the absolute speed of your running backs and your skill guys here this evening?
Well, I think that's something that we get to do every time we step on the field. Obviously, turf probably helps that a little bit. But our skill guys have all got pretty good speed, and that's a big deal for us. You don't always get that at Roane County year in, year out, but very fortunate this year. And, we just want to come out and do the things that we do good tonight, Drew.
Coach, the health of your team, I know you got E back here this week. Everybody else relatively healthy?
Yeah, all of our starters are here, and everybody's healthy, ready to go.
Well, Coach, it's nearly 7:30. We wish you the best luck. Big opportunity here tonight at Ripley High School. Go out there and get a win here, the third in 11 days.
Thanks, Drew. We appreciate it.
Head Coach Paul Burdette. Folks, stick around. After these messages, more pregame coverage on WVRC 104.7 FM. George, give us 3 minutes. Thank you. Okay, boots is up. Matthias?
That's about right.
About right where we were. Check. Chickadee.
I'm not too far off from you, Drew. Look at that.
Yeah, but I'm going to, see, I'm going to turn myself
You're
in.
going to be redlining it.
Check.
Redline it in no time.
You know it.
I don't know. Mine might be able to go up just a tiny little bit. Just a tiny little bit. Not as loud as I thought it was.
We know what the truth is here. Hey, what's up? Well, good. Hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right. Good. Shoot.
Yeah, it ain't bad. Ain't bad at all.
That'd be the first time in a while we ain't been out in the middle of nowhere.
Pretty bad, even when we're at home, we're in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
What stuff?
Our offense, defense.
Oh, for them?
For us.
Or, it didn't get put in there, did it? Checking that. Let me see. I don't think I had it.
I'm hoping I did, because I don't know what I did with it now. Unless I threw it away.
Afraid I don't, bub.
I got this.
Do you have a roster of ours and just kind of wing it there?
Will do. Who's our left tackle?
The tackles are Jarvis, right? Christian Jarvis is one tackle.
Bunner.
They're not all in there?
Bunner and Landon are the guards. Toby's the other tackle. Toby's the right tackle.
Toby's right. Who's the left tackle?
Jarvis.
Jarvis, okay.
And then Bunner,
Yeah.
Whited, and Schaefer is your center. 52.
Thank you.
It's not in this, is it?
No, that's stuff they gave
That's
us.
all what I did with it. I must have taken it all out and forgot to put it back in. Oh well, I'll make it through.
As your officials for tonight's game, the referee is Mr. Fred McPherson. The linesman is Mr. Frank Cleveland. The line judge is Mr. Steve Capewood and Mr. Mike Logert. The back judge is Mr.
And we welcome you back to Memorial Stadium in Ripley, West Virginia, getting set for this Class AA, AAA matchup. Roane County and Ripley back at it for the first time since 2018. Roane County got a decent win to start their season on the road at St. Mary's, 6-0. Followed that up with a tough loss at home to Lincoln County with the 6 turnovers, 30-28. But 2 wins last week, 55-0 over Lewis and 22-3 at Buffalo, has Roane County feeling better about themselves at 3-1. Ripley got the season started off a tough, long road trip all the way up to Brooke High School, losing to the Bruins 28-7. Got their lone victory on the season right here, 31-13 over Buchanan Upshur. They have lost 3 straight to some good competition. Lincoln County 50-21, Marietta 34-14, and most recently Oak Hill right here last Friday night 47-26. All-time season, or all-time series, of course, is in the favor of Ripley, 10-1. Coach Steve Sayer in his second year, 6-3 last year, 7-7 overall between these two teams. While we got a minute, we'll take a look at the starting lineups for both teams. First off, on the offensive side for Ripley.
Yeah, the big guys up front paving the way for the Ripley offense, which is averaging 243 yards per game, 19.8 points per game. That's left tackle, 6 foot, 230-pound senior Colton Rhodes. Left guard, 6 foot, 203-pound sophomore Gatlin Donahue. In the center position, the 6'1", 251-pound senior Austin Litton. The right guard, 5'11", 198-pound sophomore Jacob Elliott. The right tackle, 6'2", 301, junior Carter Hall. The tight end, a 5'11", 195-pound senior Blake Cummings. The two splits, a 6'1", 125-pound sophomore Parker Boyd. He has 2 touchdown receptions on the season. The other split, a 6'2", 170-pound senior Elijah Miller. 8 catches and 81 yards for him on the year. The 2 guys you've really got to key in on, the backs in the backfield. The big guy, 6'4", 239-pound sophomore fullback Brady Anderson. He's the leading rusher on this team, 319 yards, 6 touchdowns on the year. With the X-Factor guy, Joey Ramsey, 6'3", 202-pound junior, 291 yards on the ground, 144 through the air. They really look to get the ball to this guy in a lot of different fashions. And running the offense for Ripley, the 6'1", 175-pound junior Ty Stevens, 50% passing on the year, 460 yards. That's 12 per clip, 6 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions for that young man.
Roane County defense has been solid throughout the season, but they are going to get a test here tonight from the AAA Ripley Vikings. Getting the start at one defensive end position is Colton Albright, 5'11", 205-pound junior. The other side having a great junior season, Christian Jarvis, a 6', 210-pound junior. The big man in the middle, the nose tackle, Jacob Bunner, the sophomore, 6'1", 270 pounds. Along the linebacking core for Roane County is number 24, Skylar Delk, the junior, 5'10", 145 pounds. At the Sam position, at the will, is going to be Dwyer Bagler, 5'8", 160-pound junior. At the Mike position is Colton Paxton, 6', 185, junior. At the Viper position is Shadrach Greathouse, 5'9", 170 senior. At the Cobra, Russell May, a 5'7", 140-pound senior. Defensive backs for Roane County, Sean Conrad at one corner, 5'9", 160-pound senior. On the other side is Ethan Collins, 5'7", 140 senior. And at safety tonight, Lane Epling, 5'10", 165 senior.
Yeah, the defense for Ripley going to have their hands full with the backfield of Roane County tonight. The four guys up front. The left end, a 6'4", 239-pound sophomore Brady Anderson. The guys in the middle, 5'7", 199-pound junior Jacob Torres, and the 5'8", 198-pound senior Brandon Deal. And the other end, 6'1", 251-pound senior Austin Litton. Three linebackers on the outside, 5'7", 180-pound senior Colton Pepper. The other outside backer is Joey Ramsey, the 6'3", 202-pound junior. In the middle for the Vikings linebacking corps, 5'8", 160-pound junior Hunter Brown. He's the leading tackler on this team, 45 tackles on the season, 3 for a loss. The two corners, 5'6", 129-pound junior Wyatt Simon, and the 6'1", 125-pound sophomore Parker Boyd. The two safeties in the back, the strong safety is 6'2", 170-pound senior Elijah Miller. We'll see him move around a lot. He'll come up to the line, play some linebacker, moving all over the place for this defense. And the free safety is the 5'6", 120-pound sophomore Virgil Myers. He has 36 tackles and 1 interception and 1 forced fumble on the season.
We've said it all year. We go offensively as the front line goes. They have been good so far, and hopefully they can continue that meteoric play. Christian Jarvis is your left tackle. The junior is 6 foot, 210 pounds. Jacob Bunner at right guard, a 6'1", 270-pound sophomore at center. Matthew Schaefer, a 230-pounder, 6'1", junior. At right guard is Landon Whited, 6 foot, 255 senior, and at right tackle is Toby Copen, a senior, goes 6 foot, 265 pounds. Your tight end, Colton Paxton, 6 foot, 185-pound junior. At the slot is Ethan Collins, a 5'7", 140-pound senior. At split will be Lane Epling, a 5'10", 165-pound junior. In the backfield for the Raiders, the two-headed monster of Briar Begler, the 5'8", 160-pound junior, and Skylar Delk, 5'10", 145-pound junior. And getting it tonight at the start where his really high school career began as a young sophomore is the senior Shadrach Greathouse, 5'9", 170-pound senior. Roane County, the visiting white uniforms, jerseys and pants, maroon letters and numbers, maroon helmets with the big white stripe down the middle, and the white Raider R along the sides. It is royal blue for the home Vikings with white letters and numbers, white pants with blue stripes down the side, white helmets with the familiar Ripley R on the side of the helmets. Matt White, did you see who won the toss?
I did not, actually. I'm sorry about that. We'll just have to wait and see. As we wait for the Ripley band to clear off the field. Still about a minute left here before kickoff. Really is a beautiful evening, Drew. Very cool, perfect fall weather for some football. And one of the best things about Ripley's uniforms is they're very easy to see the numbers.
That's perfect for me.
We have that issue with some teams where you go a dark number on a dark jersey. White on the royal blue pops very nicely.
It looks as if Roane County will receive to begin the first half of play.
Here's one you've got to look out for as well. The kickoff guy that
got a leg.
He's got a massive leg.
Carter Cochran.
19 kickoffs on the year, 6 of them for a touchback. Saw 3 of them in one game earlier in the year sail into the end zone.
Left to right, it will go across your dial, back deep to receive. Briar Begler, Ethan Collins standing at the 5-yard line. The referee's whistle has blown. Cochran approaches, leg in, a deep, high kick, and Begler will field that at the goal line. He'll try to bring it. Up the middle he goes, looking for room at the 20, breaking free into the secondary at the 40-yard line and tracked down from behind at the last second by Elijah Miller. A touchdown-saving tackle, but Begler, a beautiful play to begin, and Roane County has tremendous field position.
Well, that's one of those plays where you really worry. You think, okay, probably should have let that one go in the end zone, take it at the 20. Nope. Big, huge play for Begler to bring it out past the 45-yard line of Roane County.
46-yard return on the kick. Roane County 1st and 10. They'll send Conrad near side. By himself under center goes Shadrach Greathouse. Split back position. Here's Delk off tackle. Bouncing it back to the near side. Breaks a tackle at midfield. Fighting for yardage near the first down mark. He'll be pushed back short But a very nice 8-yard pickup by Delk on 1st and 10. Roane County will immediately have it in Ripley territory.
Good blocking up front. That line getting a really good push for the Raiders. Delk with a nice cutback run. Hard fought there at the end, trying to get every yard that he could. Brought down there by Isaiah Casto coming up from the safety spot.
Delk with 500 yards coming into this ball game. Single back set, double wing. Begler will come in motion. Here's the pitch to the far side, Roane County side. Begler cuts it against the grain, but he will be locked up, still fighting for yardage. He will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Ripley coming in waves on that 2nd down carry for Begler.
Yeah, a good pursuit up front. There was Anderson coming in, forcing Begler to make a cutback into the teeth of that defense. It was again Casto coming up with the tackle.
It's a very large Ripley team at many, many positions. So Roane County's got to deal with that size. So on 3rd and 2 at the 47 of the Vikings, they'll split Conrad to the near side.
Ripley showed more of a 5-man front.
Greathouse goes under center, split back. Handoff is Delk. He's got the 1st down, easily spins off a tackle at the 40-yard line. And Roane County will move the chains.
We'll take that here early on in the ball game. Roane County able to get to the 2nd level, get a hat on those linebackers, try to free some guys up. So when you've got guys in the secondary making tackles, your offense is going to accept that every day.
2 minutes into the opening drive. Roane County inside the 40 of the Vikings. Quick hitter. That's off tackle. That's Delk into the 2nd unit, and he won't be touched until 5 yards down the field. He'll push inside the 30 and right near the yard to reach at about the 28. It will depend on the spot. It looks from our vantage point like Roane County has it, and they do. The white hat signals 1st down for the Raiders.
Yeah, still early in this ball game, but good blocking up front here on this first drive for Roane County. Really opening up some gaps for Delk and Begler.
Roane County is trying to establish the run as they have the last couple of weeks. Back to the double wing formation. Delk the lone man in the backfield. Here comes the motion man behind. That's Ethan Collins. He's got a lead blocker in Delk. Collins looking for the edge. He will not get it. He'll be slung out of bounds all the way to the track, but he will pick up decent yardage on that play. Nice steal block on the outside by Delk.
Yeah, it really was kind of catching the defense off guard a little bit. Not known to run the ball a lot with him, but he's been very capable when he's gotten opportunities. Picking up about 8 yards on that play. Again, Casto coming up from the safety spot. If your secondary guys are making tackles, it means your running game's doing its job.
Clock stopping at 9:24, out of bounds on the carry. Double wing set. Collins in motion behind. Here's the scissors play. Handoff to Begler. He'll cut it to the outside, inside the 15, down to the 10-yard line, and the chains will continue to move for the Raider offense. A very solid first offensive set so far for Roane County. Now's the place, Matt White, where you got to finish this thing off.
Yeah, absolutely, Drew. That's now 1st down. Can pick up a 1st down at the 1-yard line.
Just outside of the 10-yard line of the Vikings. Split back formation. Handoff Delk. Jump cut twice. He'll get inside the 10. No more. Give him a yard on the play. Ripley did a good job of plugging holes on that left side of the Raider line.
Yeah, plugged some holes. Got some good penetration up front of the interior of that defensive line. Some big hosses there. Well, Carter Hall, he's going to take up some room, 300-pounder up front for Vikings.
Gain of a yard on the play, 8:36 in rolling. First quarter opening drive of the ball game. Roane County started on their own 46. It's at the 9 of the Ripley Vikings. Greathouse under center, split back formation again. Handoff Delk, off tackle, pushes against the grain, inside the 5, towards the end zone, fighting
he's
for
in.
it, waiting for the signal. Waiting for the signal. Touchdown, Roane County.
Delk dragging defenders with him from about the 3-yard line. Weight room, son. Nice run, sir.
We have a whistle, though. And a false start has been whistled on Roane County. I didn't see it, Matt White. It was all the way over on the far sideline. It was just dropped by the side judge. Apparently, Roane County was moving on the play, so take the points off of the board, and it'll back Roane County up into a 2nd down and We'll call it 15. Or second down, no, and
about 14.
14. So the first chink in the armor of this first offensive possession comes by way of penalty.
It's one of the things we talked about. You can't shoot yourselves in the foot. We had some mistakes like that on Saturday against Buffalo. You cannot make those here this evening against this Viking team.
That is points off the board right there. Heavy package now. Power eye to the right side. Handoff Begler, third man through. He'll put his head down at the 10, fighting forward for yardage. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage after that penalty at the 9, and it'll bring up third down and long for the Raiders. So, yeah, you really need to do work on this third down play.
Yeah, you need your offensive line to get a good push up front, try to open up a seam for this running game. Raiders don't have to pick it all up right here. I mean, you're probably in that 4-down territory.
Raiders have churned up nearly 5 minutes on this possession. Heavy to the left. Greathouse under center. Third man, that's Begler. Off tackle, pushing forward. He's right near the goal line. He'll follow his big-bodied lineman into the end zone, and it happens again. Roane County able to utilize the big bodies of the front five, and they just led him into the end zone with nothing but heart.
Well, they led him as Begler was getting a huge push, carrying guys into the end zone as well, trying to prove that Delk's not the only workhorse on this team.
You couldn't even see Begler in that massive humanity of big bodies.
The massive humanity.
Roane County will go for 2. They'll hand it off to Delk near the goal line, and he will back into the end zone. The Raiders have struck first with a very nice 4.5-minute drive. They lead at 8-0 after the first offensive possession. 30-second timeout. We'll be back. A very good first drive. Very good. Joe Boots Blosser, a very nice opening drive for the Raider offense to score first.
Very exciting, no doubt. 9 plays, 3 first downs, 54 yards on the drive, 4 minutes and 29 seconds off the clock. Begler runs it in from 9 yards out, and then Delk scores the 2-point conversion.
8-0 Roane County to begin the ball game, so the offense does its job. Now it's on the onus of the defense to see if they can stop this talented Ripley offense. Back deep to receive stands Joey Ramsey, the 6'3", 200-pound junior. Ethan Collins back in the lineup this week will do the kicking. Right to left it will sail. Collins stays away from Ramsey. This will be taken by an up man, and he will dive on it at the 34-yard line. No return on the play. That was number 89, Blake Cummings.
Cummings, he's really a good blocking tight end for this running game of Ripley, doing a smart thing, just getting possession of that ball and give your offense a chance to see what it can do against this very stout Roane County team that's only given up 33 points in the season.
1st and 10 for the Vikings, left to right at their own 34. Shotgun formation. Backs to both sides of Stevens. The handoff to Ramsey, looking for running room, and he is locked up. Roane County coming in waves, and Delk was the first to get there. Good pursuit on angles for the front Roane County front and linebackers.
Yeah, front getting a good push, occupying the space in the middle of the field, allowing your linebackers to fly around, make some plays. Perfect coverage there again.
No gain on the play.
Got to keep an eye on Ramsey.
Man in motion to the near side. That's the give to Ramsey outside. He wants to get that edge. Greathouse cannot bring him down. He will make Ramsey spin, and the second unit will grab him, including Colton Paxton in there.
A good job of not letting him get the corner. Ramsey's a big back, but he's got a lot of speed. Really got to be careful and force him back into the defense where you've got some help.
Ramsey will pick up 3, bringing up third down 7 at the 42 of the Vikings. Early third down opportunity for the Raiders. Vikings split a pair of receivers over to the near side. They'll send Ramsey out of the backfield over to the far side. Stevens in the shotgun, 3-step drop. Flags come flying in. Stevens rolls near side of the Ripley bench. He'll launch one down there. He's got his man open. That is Elijah Miller, the 6'2 sophomore, as Ty Stevens just darted one over Roane County's front defense and right into the hands of Miller. The question is, will this count?
Yeah, it's a good job scrambling there, keeping his eyes down the field from Stevens.
Looks as if they're speaking to Jacob Bunner. That's a good sign for the Raiders. It will be a false start penalty. So take away the first down throw from Stevens to Miller. And it will bring up a third down, and we'll call it 13. Ball resting just outside of the 31 of Ripley. Another opportunity for the Raider defense. Receiver to both sides. Ramsey over at the wing position on that far side, near Roane County's bench. 3-step drop now, making a 5-step drop. He's got pressure. Stevens pumps, fires it, and it's caught and dropped by Ramsey. And then Ramsey lowers a shoulder at Begler, who was coming near him. Begler looking for a personal foul there. He did not get it. The good thing for Roane County's defense is they're able to make good after the penalty from the Vikings. So a punting situation. Begler will go back deep to receive. And Ty Stevens is the quarterback. He's also the punter. Ripley will run Noah Casto on late. Snap is back. Stevens, a leg into it. Beautiful punt. Into the night sky, lands at the Roane County 32, takes a Ripley bounce inside the 30, down at the 25. That's where Roane County will begin possession number 2. Roane County leading 8-0 with 5:54 remaining.
Yeah, that's a good start for both the offense and defense of Roane County. You know, your offense gets out, establishes, a lot of push up front, controlling the line of scrimmage early. Let's see if we can continue that here on this second offensive drive with the Raiders up 8-0.
It's who can capitalize or minimize mistakes. Roane County had a penalty, took points off the board. They were able to fight back. Ripley had a first down taken away. They were unable to connect. Roane County 1st and 10, right to left from their own 25, near side hash. Epling split almost to the sideline of Roane County. Begler in motion. Here's a jet sweep to Begler, looking for the edge. He's got it at the 30, outside to the 35 to the 40, and he'll be shoved out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Coach Burdette said he had some tricks up his sleeve. We have not seen a jet sweep to Begler ever.
No, we have not. Well, we also got wind of a few other things that Roane County is going to try to take advantage of that they saw in the film in some of the other games.
15-yard carry for Begler on the first down play. Roane County has it 1st and 10. 8-0 Raiders with the early lead. We're still here into the first quarter, 5:46. Epling coming to the near side. Sorry, that's Conrad to the near side. Split back formation. Here's the give. Off tackle. That's Delk pushing for yardage. He was untouched until about 3 or 4 yards down the field. And again, we'll say that because it tells you just what the offensive line is continuing to do.
Yeah, it was Colton Rhodes with the stop, but he was having to track the running back down from behind, so it means you're getting past that front 5 of the Ripley Vikings.
Give Delk 5.5, 2nd down, and just short of 5 yards to go. Scissors play. Here's Begler picking up a couple of tough yards on the misdirection carry out near the 47-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and short. 3rd, and we'll call it 3. The line to reach is right at the midfield stripe.
3rd down, 2 yards to go.
Roane County leading 8-0. A sustained 4.5-minute drive to begin the ball game. 8-0. Power I formation to the right. Roane County calls it heavy. It'll be the 3rd man through. That's Begler. He'll look for the first down. He'll dive forward. Originally, he was trying to bounce it to the edge, Matt White, and I think he realized I might not have the first, so he just lowered the shoulder and jumped and dove for the first down.
Yeah, really did the smart thing. That's one of those moments where it's okay to hit a single, not a home run. Knew he wasn't going to be able to bounce it to the outside just did the smart thing, dive forward, pick up the first down, keep the chains moving.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 just inside of Viking territory. Give this time Delk. Looking for room to run. He'll cut it up. I think he picked the correct lane, Matt. He was going to try to bounce it to the edge at the 45. Instead, cut it up at the hash mark, and he picks up 4, maybe 5, because of that decision.
Yep, again, 4 yards on first down keeps you ahead of the chains, and that's exactly what Coach Burdette wants this team to do. Make the smart play, get what you can get, live to fight another down.
Inside the 45 to the Ripley 43, 2nd down and 6. Heavy package to the right, fullback dive. Delk, 2 hands on the ball, fights to the 40, and Roane County will have another 3rd down and 3 situation.
Yeah, just a good hard run up the middle. Offensive line couldn't quite get as much of a push there as they would have liked, but Delk gets what he can get. You got a 3rd down and 3 very capable 3rd down here.
The yard to gain is the 37. Roane County at the 40. 3:14 and rolling. 8-0 Raiders on their 2nd drive. Heavy package to the right. Greathouse, 3rd man through. Begler, he's got the first down. Backs down inside the 35. A good hard run after contact. We mentioned it last week, well, I should say last Saturday. He did a lot of that en route to that big 200-yard gain.
Yeah, I would love to be able to figure up exactly how many yards after contact both these guys, Begler and Delk, have picked up on the season. They do such a great job keeping their legs moving and just pushing forward toward the chains.
Needed 3, got 7. 1st and 10 inside the 35 at the Viking 33. 2:40 and rolling. First quarter, Roane County leading 8-0. Raiders in the heavy package, fullback dive, and that was diagnosed very well by a defender as Delk will get maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
It was Hunter Brown, leading tackler on this team, the inside linebacker. Yeah, he really was not fooled by that one, just picked the right hole.
Well, they'll give forward progress to the 32, so give him a gain of 1 officially. Raiders going to that heavy bread and butter package. Here's a pitch outside. Begler looking for the correct spot. He'll cut it up at the 30, and he'll pick up good yardage. It'll bring up a 3rd down, and we'll call it 4 or 5. Very patient running for Begler and Delk in the first couple series. Under 2 minutes remaining already.
Yeah, that one, Delk leading the way for Beggs. Did the smart thing, waited, see which way the defender was going to react to the block. Defender dove in, Begler bounced it out. Picked up some good yards.
3rd down and 5 from the 28 of Ripley. Pair of receivers near side. Backs in the offset. Here's Greathouse rolling to the near side. He's got lots of room to run. He's just going to take it himself at the 20. He'll pick up the 1st down, and he'll be shoved out of bounds by Joey Ramsey. It was the first real pass attempt Roane County had a chance at. Matt, that may have just been a quarterback-designed rollout. Give him the option to look.
Yeah, you definitely want to give Shadrack the option to throw the ball down the field. They were looking for a little bit of a corner post route, but Shadrack did the right thing. Noticed that the secondary was back on its heels. Picks up the 1st down here for the Raiders.
1st and 10 at the Ripley 20-yard line, near side hash. Receivers to the far side. Back to the handoff. That's Delk. Fights off the first defender inside the 15 down to the 14. Another yards after catch run. Did I say carry and catch? I'll get contact out of that eventually.
Another tough run. He just met 1-2 yards down, pushes his way, sets up a 2nd and about 3.
I'll give him 7 on the carry. The ball resting just at the 13 of the Vikings. Roane County just churning up clock and turf here in this first quarter. They lead 8-0 with 45 seconds remaining and counting. Back split in the backfield. Greathouse goes under center. Russell May in motion. Here's a quarterback sneak up the middle. Boy, that fooled me. Greathouse will fall forward inside the 10, and the Raiders will have it 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They used that motion behind the running backs to maybe try to confuse Ripley, and immediately the quick hitter, a little on goose play.
Yeah, he tried to get the defense looking into the backfield, expecting something to go to the outside, get a quick hitter. Trying to get Shadrack involved here on this series in the run game.
Back to the heavy package to the right. Here's the handoff. Begler inside the 5, pushing inside the 1, and in to the end zone goes Briar Begler. And I'm telling you what, he is going to owe these linemen steak dinners all. The way they are leading him into the end zone the 2 times he's been there.
Yeah, offensive line just getting a great push. Has this defense up front of Ripley's on its heels. And then Begler just finishing off the play. Again, keeping the legs churning, forcing the way up the middle. Getting the Roane County Raiders up 14-0.
Looking to make it 16-0. They'll send Begler over, out in motion. Thought he was going to stay at the wing. Instead, here's a handoff off tackle. Is Delk going to make it in? Second and third effort is good. The Raiders have struck 2 straight, and they have churned up the entirety of quarter number 1. 16-0. Roane County on top. 30-second break. We will return.
Oh, yeah.
Good job, Katie.
Make it work.
Joe Boots Blosser, Roane County successful again, 2 for 2 on offense.
Yeah, another exciting drive. 13 plays, 75 yards, 4 first downs, 5 minutes and 39 seconds off the clock. Briar Begler plunges in from 9 yards out, and Delk carries 4, 5, 8, I don't know, a bunch of people for the 2-point conversion.
Well said, Boots Blosser. 16 seconds remaining in the quarter. Roane County up 16-0.
Raiders just doing such a great job establishing the line of scrimmage here in this first quarter. 2 fantastic drives.
We'll see if the Raider defense can continue to hold strong. Collins ready to do the kicking. Ramsey back deep. Ethan approaches. Another angled kick towards the sideline. That one will take a nasty bounce to the outside. It will go out of bounds.
Kick is out of bounds.
And Ripley will have good field position here to start their second drive of the game.
About the 36-yard line, it looks like.
.7 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Roane County just churned up clock in that first quarter. Raider defense solid on their first attempt again. They made do with a timely penalty against the Vikings for procedure. Took away a first down, and Roane County ended up making a play on that second third down attempt. So it will be first down and 10 for the Vikings at their own 41-yard line. 16-0 Roane County. Vikings will go into the traditional I formation, the big man, the fullback, and that will be the carry for the sophomore Brady Anderson, who is 6'4", 240 pounds. He'll bounce forward for a pair of yards. He leads this team in touchdowns with 6. And that will be the final play of quarter number 1. It went quickly, and it went very good for Roane County. 16-0 after 1 quarter of play. Roane County on top. Be back after this 60-second timeout. You're listening to Roane County High School Raider football on WVRC 104.7 FM. We welcome you back to Memorial Stadium in Ripley, West Virginia. An effective first quarter for the Raiders. 16-0 is the score. But this is just the second offensive possession coming for Ripley. At the 44-yard line is where they will begin. Teams switch sides. Vikings attacking right to left now here in the second quarter. Receiver to both sides of the formation. Shotgun for Ty Stevens. The big man, Anderson, right behind him. They'll send Ramsey in motion. They'll give it to the fullback. He'll just fight forward for a yard. Roane County had someone jumping on the back of the 6'4 sophomore. I believe that was Christian Jarvis that got taken for a bit of a ride.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Jarvis, not a small guy himself, but compared to Anderson, you just grab a hold, get what you can get, bring him down. But good job staying with that tackle. Still early in this ball game. Roane County really has put themselves in a great position. Defense playing well. Offensive line controlling the line of scrimmage. Just good start so far to this ball game.
Another third down opportunity for the Raiders. 3rd down and 5 at the 46. Stevens looking to throw. Quick hitter to the edge at the 50-yard line. Fighting towards the first down line. A knee down, says the side judge. Just shy of the 50 at the 49 of Roane County. That will make it 4th and about 1 yard. Great open field tackle by the Raider defense.
Yeah, that was Shadrack getting in there, doing a great job stopping the receiver short of the first down. So we'll see. Ripley probably going to be in the 4-down territory here, 4th and 1.
Well, no doubt. You're 1-4 on the season. You're trying to crawl out of the cellar in AAA. You take this chance. You've got a 6'4 fullback right behind Stevens. Ramsey in motion around. They're just going to give it to the big man. He is stacked up at the line of scrimmage and run backwards. He will not get it. The Raider defense holds big on the second possession.
It was Begler coming in from the linebacker spot, but big Toby Copen in there clogging up the middle, getting the stuff.
They brought Copen in on the 4th down play for that specific reason, and he got a great initial push. The rest of the Raider defense helped out, and they stuffed the 6'4", 240-pound sophomore, and Roane County has turned it over on downs. Well, I should say Ripley has to the Raiders. Raiders will start possession 3 in Viking territory at the 48th. 16-0 Roane County with 10:35 left in the first half. Shadrack Greathouse under center. Quick hitter to Delk. Pushing forward at the 45, down to about the 42, and he will be gang tackled after being pushed forward by guess who? Briar Begler, his teammate. Those two guys have been playing together in the backfield for a long time, going all the way back to middle school.
Yeah, just they've been a great tandem throughout their career. So good to see them having the kind of success that they have here early in this season.
A gain of 7, no, we'll call it 6 on the play, down to the 42. Left to right go the Raiders on the near hash, 42 of the Vikings. Conrad splits to the near side, Collins to the far side. Delk and Begler split in the backfield. Greathouse going to fake the give. He'll look to roll far side. Ooh. He'll fire it deep down the field. Boy, he had Conrad deep. He had passed up the safety, but I think Greathouse did not see Begler in the flat over there, Matt White, with no one covering him.
He had Begler out to the flat. He had Colton Paxton on a little bit of a tight end delay there as well. A couple of options over the middle, but Shadrack going for the home run. It was there. He just let it fly a little too long.
Stops the clock with 9:43 remaining. 16-0 Roane County first half action. 3rd down and 4 from the 42 of the Vikings. Double wing set. Greathouse goes under center. In motion is Collins. Collins with a jet sweep. He's got the first down. Lays a lick on the defender. He'll push forward inside the 35 and all the way down to the 32. Another 3rd down conversion for the Raider offense.
Good job there by Collins. Taking that sweep across the line. Picked the hole, planted the foot. Hit it hard. 2 hands on the ball. Pick up the first down. Chains are moving. Raider offense really clicking here in this ball game.
The Raiders doing a good job of mixing up the play calling a bit here in this game. 9:20 and rolling. 1st and 10 at the 32 of the Vikings. Double wing set. Collins in motion behind. They'll fake the pitch. Scissors play. There's Delk into the secondary. A jump cut at the 30, and inside to the 25 goes Delk. An 8-yard pickup on first down. The Raiders chunking up this turf right now.
Yeah, really offensive line opening up holes. running backs running with authority. Some good mix-up we saw, the last two games, basically nothing but heavy sets. Raiders going to some double wing, getting some motion in the backfield, trying to move the eyesight of the Ripley defense.
Vikings bring someone on late and then back off. Second down and 2 at the 25. In motion to the far side is Collins. He'll come set. Give, off tackle. There's Delk. Jump cuts again near the first down line. It'll depend on the spot. The far side judge has him short by about a half of a yard. Taking a look at that.
Got tripped up a little bit at the line trying to jump out of that interior defense.
Matt, this is where you rely on that front five who has been good again so far tonight. 8 minutes and rolling.
Got to get that push up front.
Third down and inches at the 23-yard line. Nope. They'll hand it off. Delk's got the first down, and Delk continuing to fight forward. Delk backing down inside the 20, inside the 15. And again, he leaned against 3 lead blocking linemen for the Raiders for the first 5 yards of that carry. That just tells you the push that this offensive line is continuing to get. Roane County hurrying it up a little bit. Ripley doesn't have everybody off of the field, and now a Cleveland call does not get the Vikings to jump. Great House will call the play from the line of scrimmage. First down and 10. Here's Begler off tackle inside of the 5 down to the 3. And he has got himself another first down for the Raiders on an 11-yard pickup. The Raiders switching it up a bit there, Matt.
Yeah, definitely trying to catch the Ripley Vikings off guard. That one was Myers coming up from the safety spot. Again, when you're relying on your secondary to make tackles, it means your offensive line is doing its job.
First and goal from the 3. Greathouse is going to sneak it again. He'll get down to about the 1 before that royal blue front holds him out of the end zone. Looks like he may be to the 1.5. 7 minutes and rolling, though, here in the first half. The Raiders have just churned up the clock here, and they are looking to make it 3-for-3 on offense. They lead 16-0. Second and goal from the 1. Raiders will go back to heavy. Heavy left, gives, second man through. That is Delk, not on the first try, but the second effort for Skylar Delk is successful. Begler got the first 2. Delk is into the end zone now for a TD.
Again, it's just the hard, tough running. Both of these backs, Delk this time getting the touchdown. Big push, hits the wall, keeps moving into the end zone. Raiders up now 22-0, 6:39 left in the second.
Trying to make it 3-for-3 on 2-point conversions. Here's the handoff, Begler, and he is untouched into the end zone. The front line just continuing to punish their opponents. It's 3-for-3 for the Raiders. They lead it big, 24-0, 6:39 left in the first half. 30-second timeout after these messages.
Got it.
We mentioned execution needed to be solid for the Raiders. 3-for-3 on offense, Boots Blosser.
Yep, another touchdown. Let's see, 9 plays, 3 first downs, 48 yards, 3 minutes and 56 seconds off the clock. Delk plunges in from 1 yard out, and Begler untouched for the 2-point conversion.
24-0 with 6:39 left in the half. Collins will kick off from left to right. He has stayed away from Ramsey thus far. Collins approaches, high, shallow kick over to the side, and a fair catch called for at the 34-yard line. I believe that was the tight end, Blake Cummings. So the Vikings will get solid field position once again. Raider defense, they held on a big third down the first drive of the Vikings, and a big 4th and short at midfield for the defense on the Vikings' second possession. So the Raider defense, so far so good.
That's everything we could have hoped for coming into this ball game, Drew. Controlling the clock, dominating up front, putting points on the board, very minimal with the mistakes. You gotta play clean no matter what whenever you're coming up against a AAA opponent.
You have to continue to play clean. Here's a jet sweep. This is Ramsey looking for room to run. He does not have, actually that's not Ramsey. Excuse me, that is
Elijah Miller.
I was looking for 32. It was 82 just when Matt White said it's easy to read these jersey numbers. So a jet sweep attempt for the Vikings picks up 4 yards on first down. That'll bring up 2nd and 6 from the Viking 38-yard line.
I watched a lot of film this week.
Thank you, Matt White. 6-10 and rolling first half action. Roane County leading 24-0. The Raiders on the road need to keep the pedal to the metal, though. The defense has to continue to hold. Stevenson to the shotgun. Man in motion near side. Here's the double reverse. Looking for the edge and not able to get it at first, but breaking the tackle, looking for big yardage. Now cutback is number 5 there. Isaiah Castro, boy, Hanley mounts, fought the block perfectly to the outside and almost had Castro in his grips about 10 yards deep. Castro made a nice move away from Mounts, though.
Yeah, if Mounts doesn't slow him down that far in the backfield, I think that could have been an enormous play for the Vikings. There was a lot of green grass, and Mounts did a great job of holding him up and then letting the Waves realize what was going on and react and bring him down.
Absolutely. You limit the damage to a first down. You live to fight again. Here is the handoff. Ramsey, the ball's on the ground. Roane County jumping on it. We've got a fight underneath the pile. Christian Jarvis is right there. We'll see what they call. Roane County says they've got it, and they do. It was Christian Jarvis ripping it out from the bottom of that pile. That's where things get really nasty. And Jarvis was the nastiest on the turf there. And Roane County has caused a turnover. I mentioned this, Matt White, to Coach Burdette in that pregame. I said turnovers plus minus are going to be an issue. Ripley is -4 coming into this game. So the Raiders caused the first turnover of the evening.
Yeah, we saw earlier in the season what the evils of turnovers can do to a ball game. That time, Roane County getting the bounce. Great strength underneath there from Jarvis to rip that one out.
Roane County's going to have to burn a timeout with 5:17 just before we begin this fourth possession. They had too many men in the huddle. So a timeout for the Raiders. They start their next possession with 5:17 left and a 24-0 lead. 30-second break. We'll be back.
That the play clock running down too on that one. Had to call a timeout.
Execution is the name of the game so far here in the first half. Roane County's offense 3 for 3 with long possession drives. They lead it 24-0. A third down stoppage in the first defensive possession Roane County had. A 4th and 1 stoppage on the second. And here on the third offensive possession for Ripley, Roane County's defense able to cause a turnover in Viking territory at the 45. The Raiders will start their possession, their 4th of the half, from the Ripley 45-yard line. Raiders going to try to make it 4 for 4 here in the first half. They'll send Conrad out to the far side near the Roane County sideline. Roane County back into the heavy set. Begler out in motion from the back, though. And Roane County was moving. The Raiders off timing on that play. And you got to think that the itchy trigger finger of the front line may have caused that to happen. So just the second penalty, by the way, though, for the Raiders. Both have been procedure penalties. That's a far cry so far from the 12 for 125 the Raiders had last Saturday against Buffalo. Still, you don't like starting a drive, Matt White, going backwards.
You're starting a drive. You had to call a timeout because the play clock was running down. You had too many men in. You get your play in, come back out, get a penalty right off the bat, it drives a coach crazy.
1st and 15, right at midfield. Greathouse with the heavy package. It'll be Begler. He'll pick up the 5. He'll pick up more. Cuts back against the grain. Inside the 40, he got the 5 yards back and 6 on top of that. So the Raiders will have it now 2nd and 4 at the 39. Roane County in the hurry-up. Greathouse quickly to the line. Ripley scurrying to get set. Greathouse hands it off. That's Delk fighting towards the first down. He's got it and more. He will break free inside the 35. And Delk inside to the 30 and call him down at the 29. Raiders going hurry up. Mixing things up on the Raiders sideline. Ripley trying to run someone off late. He better hurry. Greathouse hands it third man through. Begler looking to the outside. He's got the edge. He might have another Raider first down before being slung out of bounds. The Raiders have Ripley on their heels and breathing very heavily. They're trying to...
Ripley likes to rotate a lot of guys, and you're trying to minimize that. Hurry up, keep them off the field.
Second man through this time is Delk. He'll push forward. I'll tell you what, the chain crew was not even set up when that play was snapped for the Raiders. They'll give him 4 on the play, 4:25 and rolling. Second quarter action, 24-0, Roane County. Greathouse hands it to Begler, cuts it up the middle, pushing towards the 10-yard line. He'll be short of the 10-yard line, and he'll be short of the first down by about 2 yards. That will bring up a 3rd and short for the Raider offense. So the first 3 drives churned up the entirety of the first half, basically, and now Roane County going up tempo. They have run just 1:20 off the clock here. Raiders slowed it down, went into the huddle for the first time. Greathouse under center. Snap back, give, Begler, cuts off. He's got the first down. Inside to the 5 he goes. And the Raiders continuing to move down the field.
They're really just doing a great job up front. Those big offensive linemen really proving that everything that they've done in this season leading up to this moment is not a fluke.
That'll give Roane County a 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. 3:20 and counting. Roane County back into the heavy package. Everyone on the offense looking back at Roane County's sideline for a new play. Snap back, quick hitter, Delk, untouched, end zone, touchdown. Roane County, they are 4 for 4. Roane County's offense has Ripley's defense confused, to say the least.
Yeah, like you said, just doing a great job opening up holes up front. It's really been the offensive line. We thought going into this season that was going to be the question mark of this team, and boy, have they proven that they are not the question mark on this team. They are the strength.
No doubt about that statement, Matt White. Roane County going to try to make it 4 for 4 on 2-point conversions. Heavy package to the left. Paxton swings across in motion to the near side. They'll fake the give. Here's the delay pass. Paxton in the end zone. Actually, that was not Paxton. That was Epling on a backside drag and just a little overshot. And we'll call that about 10 yards over the head of Lane Epling. Roane County, though, 4 for 4 on offense. They lead it 30-0 with 3:07 left in the half. 30-second break. We'll be back.
Got some stats.
You got some?
I got some stats.
He's a stat man.
I'll stat you guys so you guys fall asleep.
Ooh, what is that? Major feedback.
I just got to wait. Raiders remain perfect offensively, Boots Blosser, 4 for 4.
Yeah, a little bit shorter drive this time. 7 plays, 3 first downs, 45 yards, 4 minutes and 10 seconds off the clock. Delk goes in from 5 yards out. The pass from Greathouse to Conrad falls incomplete.
80% of that drive lasted 1:20, and they burned another 2:40 off the clock. Here's one taken by a back man. That is Elijah Miller at the 25. He'll fight out to the 40 and out to the 42. So a nice return by Miller will give Ripley decent field position with 3 minutes flat remaining in the first half. Roane County, everything working at the moment for the Raider offense. Defensively, the Raiders have stopped in 3 different ways. A big third down stop to cause a fumble or cause a punt, a fourth down stop at midfield, and then a turnover the Raiders caused. 1st and 10, they'll say that Miller was out at the 41. Stevens in the shotgun. Ramsey behind in motion. Stevens fakes the give, rolling to the near side, looking downfield, and nearly intercepted as Conrad jumped it at the last second. For a second, it looked like Elijah Miller was going to be open on the sideline. Great play and good instincts by Conrad.
Conrad read that one perfectly. He was having flashbacks of that Lewis County game when he took one back to the house.
Part of a 2-interception game for Sean Conrad against Lewis County in that big victory. 2:54 on a stopped second quarter clock. 2nd down and 10 for Ripley. While resting at the Viking 41-yard line. Receiver to both sides of the formation. Ramsey split at a wing over there. Miller in motion. Here's the slip screen inside to Casto. Looking for that lead blocker, and he's got it over midfield. He goes. Tackled out of bounds by Begler. And that was a very patient run after the catch, looking for the lead block of Colton Rhodes.
Yeah, put a good stiff arm there as well on the corner. Able to pick up the first down for the Ripley Vikings. You got to imagine they're going to start emptying out the playbook here pretty soon and just throwing everything that they can to try to get out of this hole. 30-0, Roane County on top.
Raiders would love to stop here before halftime. Stevens in the shotgun, double wing formation. Quick hitter again over to Casto. He's been the man to get. Breaks a tackle and then gets hammered at the 40-yard line by Briar Begler. Forward progress inside the Raider 40 to the 39. The clock will roll, 2:30 and counting.
Begler has just been a missile the last couple games.
And a timeout whistled on the field by the Vikings. 2:27 left in the half, 30-0, Roane County. 60-second break. We'll be back. Call you back. All right. Yes, I did. Out of the Viking timeout, 2nd down and 4 from the Roane County 39, 2:27 left in the half. Vikings on a bit of a drive here towards the end of the half. Stevens with the pass, and Begler steps in front. He was playing in zone coverage in his area. Conrad had good coverage on Ramsey out of the backfield, but Begler got in front and nearly pick-sixed it.
Yeah, it looked like they had some man coverage on the outside corners with the outside linebackers playing that inside slant route. Begler read it perfectly, comes up with the pass breakup.
Brings up a 3rd down and 4 from the Raiders 39. Stevens in the shotgun, he'll look to throw again. Rolls to the Roane County sideline, looking all the way to the edge, and I'd be surprised if Roane County doesn't get burned for a late hit out of bounds. They did not. Wow. And they better thank their lucky stars. It was pretty close to bang, but, you look at the...
that wasn't bang. That was pretty late. I think got lucky of the line judge. He was looking down the field away from that play whenever that happened, or surely that would have been a personal foul in Roane County. You got to Really got to watch that if you're the Raiders. You can't.
Yeah.
You at this point, you're up this big. You can't do stuff like that.
It's such a difficult thing when kids are going full speed, but at that point, you got to hopefully think to pull up at that point
That
and
fall on
not
the sideline. You had a couple steps. That was a big time mistake, but fortunate for Roane County that they weren't penalized on that one.
And you would imagine that the coaching staff saying, "Hey guys, that's unnecessary."
Yeah, you got to. I mean, they've been playing with such great aggression, controlled.
Yes.
We talk about that all the time. You have to play fast, you have to play strong, but you have to play under control. That one, a little out of control. Yeah, that's just unfortunate for Ripley that wasn't called, because really that should have been a penalty.
I feel bad for Stevens, who was just trying to extend that play as far as he could to try to find an open man down the field. Roane County had great coverage defensively, and Stevens was just getting ready to unload it out of bounds, and it was probably a second after he unloaded it, not even a half second, a full second before he got drilled. It wasn't a hit up at the helmet area or even the shoulder pad.
It was right in the chest. I mean, it was a.
So Stevens,
if it hadn't have been, the quarterback throwing the ball, that's a good hit, but. You can't hit him late that far out of bounds.
Well, it's good to see that Stevens is up and he is walking off on his own power, but he is walking straight to the Ripley locker room, and you feel bad for that young man. He is really giving his all here tonight. So it'll be a different quarterback now for the Ripley Vikings.
Virgil Myers.
Virgil Myers, a 5'6", 120-pound sophomore, on 4th down and 3. This young man's been put in a tough position. Snap is back. Myers will keep it himself. He'll pitch it late. It's on the ground. Shadrach Greathouse going after it. He couldn't get to it. It will not matter. It was 4th down. The Raiders almost picked it up and took it back to the house, but Roane County will have 2:13 still with which to work. Roane County's got somebody down here, though.
Mounts.
Hanley Mounts. He was one of those defensive backs trying to get to that loose ball, Matt.
Yeah, Mounts has had some really solid production for this defense throughout the year, all the way back. The first game of the season, St. Mary's stepped into a tough spot, had some good plays. We saw the holding up the reverse earlier in this ball game. Like a bit of maybe a knee or an ankle injury.
You can only hope that it might just have been a sprain variety,
Well, you got to hope so. I mean, he's walking off on his own, little gingerly, on his own power, though, so that's good to see. Back-to-back plays, though, with injuries for both teams is just unfortunate.
When you go back to that 4th down play, a tough position for the youngster, Virgil Myers, within one play, trying to make something happen in Roane County territory, trying to extend the play a little late on that pitch. Now, Ramsey was open, though.
Yeah,
if he was able to make that pitch, Ramsey might have picked up the 1st down. Instead, Roane County able to move around on it. Now, the Raiders.
I'll say, but there must have been a penalty on that one. I didn't see that.
I think they called that a pass.
Okay, they were calling that a forward pass. So Roane County, again, will start a possession going backwards. Roane County was not set, and they were. The coaching staff was saying that the play clock never got reset, but when you're caught pants down, that's what you're going to do over there. You're going to say, hey, wait a minute, that wasn't us. So the Raiders will back up here with 2:12 left still in the first half, leading 30-0. 1st and 15 from the Roane County 34-yard line. Heavy package to the left. Greathouse will pitch it over there to Delk, who's the 3rd man this time. And Delk finds running room tough to go by. He'll pick up a couple of yards, and that's about it. Boy, Delk will get out of bounds, but the clock is still running. That clock is still running, and Delk was out of bounds. Wow. That should be about, 2:06 on the clock, I would say?
Quite a few ran off on that one.
I'm being generous to us, obviously. It may not be quite that much. So they will not put time back on the clock. Boy, that was 10 seconds at least run off. Roane County will have it 2nd and 13. That's their biggest problem right now, is they started back in their own territory after the first penalty of the drive. The Raiders were able to make do after that penalty on the last drive, Matt White. Looking at 2:03. Yeah, we'll split the difference. I was close, Matt.
Yeah, that'll work. There was a few came off, but yes, we see early on a couple of penalties that did not hurt Roane County's chances on offense. I mean, we'll see what they can do here on this second down play, 15 to go. 2:03 on the clock, 30 to nothing, Roane County with the lead. You don't want to do anything crazy here. Just keep running your offense, keep doing what you're doing, running the ball, and see if you can maybe make something happen here in the last 2 minutes.
The Raiders have 2 timeouts. Here's a pitch pass. What do we know? Delk looking to throw it, and Delk is lit up in the backfield. Ripley was not fooled by the pitch pass. They had 2 defenders, by the way, blanketing Conrad deep, and Delk just got tattooed deep in the Raider backfield. So Roane County going the wrong way here for the first time tonight.
That's why I said you don't do anything cute here.
If you're Delk in that situation, Matt White, I know he doesn't throw it a lot. You probably just better chuck that one out of bounds towards where the area of Conrad was going to be.
That would have been the safe play to do, but I mean, you do have the clock still rolling here, 1:25 left.
Yeah, that is the good thing. The clock is continuing to roll. Raiders going to spread it out now. Ace formation for the first time tonight, and they're just going to hand it off. And Ripley not fooled again. They said that is just for show, as it was. Vikings have 2 timeouts, wondering if they'll take them.
Stop made by Brandon Deal.
They won't take it on this one, so Roane County's going to run as much time as they possibly can off of this clock before punting away to the Vikings. And they will be able to run significant time. 20 seconds on the play clock, 50 on the game clock. So they'll get it down to 30 seconds.
About a 30-second difference there.
It will be Elijah Miller back deep to receive for Ripley. Raiders will stare down the clock, and they will call a timeout with 29.7 remaining on the clock. 30-second timeout. We'll be back with the final 30 seconds of the half after these messages. A beautiful night from Memorial Stadium in Ripley, West Virginia. Roane County has been great so far in the first half. 30-0 is your score. 29.7 seconds remaining. Roane County will punt from deep in their own territory. Matt White, if I am Coach Burdette and I look at Ethan Collins, I say you had better kick this thing out of bounds away from Elijah Miller. Yeah. Angle it as far as you can to the sideline. I don't care if it goes 30 yards or 20 yards.
Well, first and foremost, we got to handle the ball cleanly and get a kickoff, but they're going to bring
do
out here and
the short punt.
Yeah, they're going to do the little shotgun pistol punt.
Greathouse going to roll. He's not going to punt this thing. He's going to look to throw. He's got his man open down the field. Delk unable to grab it, so a gamble for the Raiders does not pay off, and they are going to be put in a tough position to finish off the first half.
Even if Shadrack attempts to get that punt off, Ripley got a lot of pressure up the middle. Probably we're going to blow that one up regardless.
Well, Delk was open down the sideline, but it's a tough throw across the body on the run. And now Ripley in business with 23 seconds left. They need just 26 yards to strike against the Raiders again. The Vikings will have possession to begin the second half. Snap is back to the new quarterback. That is Jaden Martin. He's going to look to throw down the middle and into the hands of Ramsey, and the Roane County gamble kills the Raiders. The gamble does not pay off. It took just one play for a brand new quarterback, Jaden Martin, to fire a touchdown to Ramsey. Ouch, ouch, and triple ouch.
Yeah, ouch. Conrad had a beat on that one, just couldn't rip it away from Ramsey. Right at the entrance to the goal line. Yeah, like I said, You got to play it safe in that situation. You don't try to do a running back pass. I'm sorry.
Caitlin Lawrence to do the extra point kicking. It's up, and it is good. And a big, huge, awful mistake, and that's all you can say for the Raiders. They finished off the final 29 seconds of the half, gambling in their own territory and not punting it away and giving Ripley a beautiful opportunity with which to capitalize and give them some momentum going into halftime. I'm telling you, Matt White, that's a head scratcher to me.
Yeah, it is to me too, Drew.
If it's 4th and short, I get it. If it's 4th and forever like it was, that is
I understand
difficult.
you've had difficulty with the punt game early in the year, handling snaps, and I think probably the original thought was to let Shadrack punt that ball. But with the penetration up the middle by the defensive line, it was going to get blown up, and you just had to try to make something out of it. But, I don't know the aggressive play calling. I guess that's good, but what's been working for you throughout this early part of the ball game is that run game, and you can't go away from that in these kind of moments.
I get the confidence in your defense, Matt, but there's a difference between confidence and recklessness sometimes. Right. So the Raiders give up their first touchdown just as they get it against Buffalo at the end of a half. And again, Ripley has possession to begin the second half. That is why that's such a big, big play. Momentum is a strange thing in high school football. High angled kick taken by Collins at the 10-yard line. Ethan looking for a lane. He doesn't have it initially. Now he breaks a tackle. He'll be punished for it at the 25-yard line, and the Raiders will have just 9 seconds remaining. All is not lost up here in the booth, even though I lose my mind a little bit. 30-7, Roane County leading. We have been very nicely told that was a pass punt option, and I'm going to question Shadrack at the end of the game for this one. Let's just hope it does not come back to bite the Raiders here.
It sounds like a deflection of the coaching staff. I kid.
Great house under center. Roane County will hand it off. Begler off tackle. Begler's got big room to run. Begler cutting it against the grain. Does he have something with which to work here? Trying to get to the edge and out of bounds with .1. Nope, he doesn't in time. But a big run for the Raiders to finish off the first half, make them feel just a little bit better about that first half of play. It was a lot of good, though, for Roane County on both sides of the football. They'll take a big lead into the halftime locker room. Your score after 2, Roane County 30, Ripley 7. We'll take a break for our sponsors, come back, recap the first half, give you some stats, and we'll check scores around the state in all 3 classes after this. Call you back. I tried to fix that today. Nobody at the board office knows. What? They don't know how I fix that. They couldn't give me a PIN number, couldn't give me an ID. So I'm just going to take those calls. Yes,
all the phone calling?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's all it is. 20 times a night.
Can you block the number?
I'm about to.
I would.
20-7. And in the second quarter, Ritchie County leading
We'll try that.
20-7.
Take 6, sir. 6, please. Thank you. All right. Why don't we do that stuff at the end of a half, man?
Oh, so dumb.
It doesn't make any sense. When you had him right there. You also something crazy.
2 minutes left, we could have broke a run off like that.
Of course, they throw a floater that barely sneaks in his hands.
I say it again. That's why we're up here in the booth.
Nah.
It's that robo-caller thing from the board office or something.
Oh, okay.
And obviously, number one, because that's how bad
took out the most damage as you saw.
Two terrible calls.
Don't understand that. Fourth down. I really think even if Shadler tried to punt that, though, it probably would have got the ball.
It might have.
I mean, they were coming right up to me.
We'll be right there.
That was Joey Ramsey with the touchdown, right?
Yep.
Okay, I thought so.
So I had it approved, I seen it set first barrier.
We welcome you back to Memorial Stadium on the campus of Ripley High School. A very solid first half of action for the Roane County Raiders. They came here with a lot of emotions, but they did a great job of checking those emotions in that first half. They just got down to business as they have in the previous couple of games. Roane County got things going early and kept things going often in the first half. Offensively, the Raiders took the opening possession from their own 46-yard line, marched it down the field, and scored with a 2-point conversion to take a very quick 8-0 lead. The defense just continues to do what they have done for the majority of this season as they bear down in critical situations. A third down penalty for the Ripley Vikings on their opening drive, causing another third down opportunity, and the Raider defense forcing a punt. Roane County drove the next possession straight down the field, scored, and 2-point conversion again to take a 16-0 lead. The next possession for the Vikings, they made it out to midfield, had a 4th down and short, 4th and about 1. And the Vikings going for it with their big fullback, Brady Anderson. Roane County able to stuff that on 4 downs, turned it over. Roane County's third possession from midfield. The same as the previous two, straight down the field, marched the Roane County Raiders with some very inventive play calling and great execution. On the next possession for the Vikings, it was the first turnover of the game for either team. Roane County popped the ball out of the hands of Joey Ramsey, and Christian Jarvis able to jump on it. Roane County took possession once again and drove it down the field late in the first half of play. They scored their 4th straight possession to take a 30-0 lead over the Vikings. Once again, the defense held. The Raiders got possession back and went backwards a couple of plays. A penalty to start the drive with very little time left in the first half, followed by a sack on a pitch pass attempt by Roane County. Skylar Delk unable to deliver a pass to Conrad down the field in double coverage. So Roane County losing 20 yards on the first 2 plays. And it got a little worse from there as the Raiders unable to do anything with the ball. And they decided to offer up a punt pass option on 4th down and very long from their own 26-yard line. It fell incomplete, giving Ripley just 26 yards with which to travel and 29 seconds with which to do it. It took just one play, though, for the third-string quarterback, Jaden Martin, the senior, to come in. He finds Ramsey in the end zone with a great catch amongst a pair of defenders. Conrad was in there, unable to rip it away. So a very small, let's say, blemish on an otherwise fantastic first half of play for the Roane County Raiders, Matt White.
Well, it's like we always pick on John Penn about finishing a project. 98%, that's good. Yeah, that's what it was for Roane County in that first half. It was 98% great. That little bit there at the end, they just didn't cap off that first half the way we would have liked to have seen, but that's okay. We're in a good spot here. It's 30-7. I'm okay with that. We're running the ball well, controlling the line of scrimmage, doing the things that we need to do. The biggest thing is your defense has to come out here in this second half and play really strong. If you let Ripley get back into, get a good rhythm going on offense, and they put one in the end zone, it's a 2-score ball game now. You can't give up that kind of momentum. So the defense really has to come out and step up big on this first possession. Offensively, we're doing great, running the ball, keeping control of line of scrimmage. We're getting good push. I mean, I like everything that we're doing here, Drew. Yes. I really do. I'm proud of our guys for the way they came out and played. Pretty controlled aggressiveness. Just got to keep that momentum. You can't let Ripley seize that from you in the opening possession. And I'll be really curious to see what the stat comparison here within this first half. 'Cause, we really controlled the ball, controlled the clock, long sustained drives, forced a turnover, forced a couple of 4th down, turnover on down. So I'll be really curious to see what Boots has for us here.
Yeah, the interesting thing about that first half finish is it reminds you quite vividly of Saturday night when Roane County played perfect defense throughout the first half and then gave up points at the end of the half to a team who was going to get possession to begin the second half of play. Let's hope it happens just as it did on Saturday against Buffalo, and Roane County's defense is able to get the ball back immediately. If you don't and you give up points, that lump in the throat gets a little bit tighter than before. The good thing for Roane County is they, again, as you mentioned, have shown the ability to run clock and run the chains and score. So maybe possessions will be at a premium in the second half if Roane County wants to try to slow this game down a little bit and eliminate many possessions for the Vikings. Now, again, you've got to execute as the Raiders did in the first half. Let's see if they can continue that momentum in the second half. 30-7 is your halftime score. Boots, break it down for us.
All right, we'll start with the Roane County rushing attack led by Briar Begler on 16 carries, 129 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Skylar Delk, 23 carries, 97 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Shadrach Greathouse, 2 carries for 18 yards. The passing attack was led by Shadrach Greathouse, who attempted 2 passes but did not get any of them completed. The receivers, Sean Conrad and Skylar Delk, each had 1 target. The offense possessed the ball for 20 minutes, 15 first downs, no turnovers. They did commit 3 penalties for 15 yards. And the Roane County defense was led by Briar Begler, 4 tackles. Shadrach Greathouse, 3 tackles. Christian Jarvis had a tackle in the fumble recovery. And the halftime totals for the Roane County Raiders, 43 carries, 254 yards, and 4 touchdowns. 0 for 2 passing. They had 45 offensive plays for 254 yards. The Ripley Vikings rush attack was led by Brady Anderson, who had 2 carries for 4 yards. Joey Ramsey had 4 carries for 1 yard. And Isaiah Castro had 1 carry for 10 yards. The passing attack for the Vikings was led by Jaden Martin, who was 1 for 1 for 27 yards and a touchdown. Ty Stevens, who was 3 of 7 for 23 yards. The receiving core, Joey Ramsey, had 1 catch for 27 yards and the lone touchdown. Isaiah Casso had 2 catches for 19 yards, and Elijah Miller had 1 catch for 4 yards. The Viking offense possessed the ball for 4 minutes, picked up a grand total of 2 first downs, committed a turnover, 0 penalties. The Viking defense was led by Isaiah Casto, Colton Pepper, and Hunter Brown, who each had 6 tackles. And the offensive totals for the Ripley Vikings, 8 carries, 18 yards, 4 of 9 passing for 50 yards and a touchdown. They had 17 offensive plays for 68 yards.
The big stat there, obviously, time of possession, 20 minutes to 4 in favor of the Raiders. The offense was great in that first half. Let's hope the defense can get right back on the horse when we start the second half, as Roane County will be kicking off to the Ripley Vikings. When we start that second half, Roane County leading 30-7 with the Ripley High School Marching Band on the field here from Memorial Stadium. We'll take a break for our sponsors. When we return, Matt White will check some scores of interest around the state in all 3 classes. You're listening to Roane County High School Raider football on WVRC 104.7 FM. 5 minutes, sir. Thank you.
That would be an unexpected point.
I know, right?
Are they liquid calories?
Since we're recording, I admit nothing. Joe Mama's his wife,
Oh
man.
my gosh, it's wonderful. Thank you.
That's not our special. She makes a caramel one. Caramel apple.
Oh, jeez, that just sounds good.
This is great, man.
Not saying that we ain't grateful, but the next time we invite you to make a caramel, don't you rescue me or mine from that never again. I can't take my eyes off that Lincoln and Lewis game.
Yeah.
That's
crazy. Yeah. So that would be an unexpected point.
Yeah.
I wonder if Lewis County got their players back. Remember all those players that were out?
They were, they would make that much difference. Should be, right?
I was not from 94 yards out.
I'm sorry.
You're right. No, we saw mad.
This is true. This is totally true.
It was
Either kind of
it was open if he hits it where he wrote it. He missed it this year.
Why didn't you take them off?
Well, we're trying to play it next week.
Yeah.
Already. They're kind of fragile.
Kids.
I don't know if we didn't complete that. Even if we're bad guys.
Well, when you go back and listen to this recording later when I upload YouTube, just know that I meant it with love.
No, I heard it. Listen,
It's just right over there.
If I'm watching,
Oh, that's right.
If I'm watching a football game, I agree. But listen, if you hit that right before half.
Oh my God, yeah, I get you.
Sorry, there's another
Good fun, good looking school. There's things there. I just picked them up. I didn't.
no kidding.
These counties,
That'd be a nice little bonus point. Unexpected.
Unexpected. Dude, it's good. All right.
Game films we're watching, it's sort of zooms in a little bit better. Joey and I sat and watching. And then you do that when you get the block and stuff.
Doddridge.
Alrighty.
Doddridge up big on Wirt, of course. Richie up pretty big on Ravenswood. Excuse me. Yeah. Buffalo hanging around with Man.
Cheering for the Viking marching band. They will be playing an exhibition during the Viking Fest band competition. It begins at 1 o'clock here at the stadium. Roane County is scheduled to compete at 2 p.m. The Vikings will be performing an exhibition at about 5 p.m., followed by the presentation of awards. Viking Fest is tomorrow.
We welcome you back to Memorial Stadium on the campus of Ripley High School. The night air is starting to feel pretty crisp. Roane County had a great first half, 30-7, just one small blemish at the end of an otherwise very good half for the Raiders, but they will have to give the ball up to Ripley to begin this second half, 30-7. Roane County with the lead. We'd love to see another good defensive series for Roane County. While we have some time here, let's check some very interesting scores, Matt White, around the state.
Yeah, those in AAA, not as interesting. All the top teams pretty much doing work, what they're supposed to do. The AAA game of the week, though, George Washington, number 9, South Charleston, number 11. South Charleston with a 7-0 lead at the half. in that ball game. Again, the AAA game of the week, but one of the most interesting to me is in Double A, if I can get over to the screen here. Lincoln up north in Lewis County. Lincoln's number 2 team, they just took a 14-6 lead in the fourth quarter. Lewis County really hanging around with the number 2 team in Double A. And if Lewis could pull that one off, it would be a very unexpected bonus point for Roane County. Hoover putting it on Chapmanville 35-7. Polka doing the same to Sissonville 27-6. Liberty Raleigh number 10 and Wayne tied at 22 in the third quarter. We start looking at those teams that are just ahead of us in the rankings, and you don't want to wish ill on anybody, but if you're in Roane County's way, we hope that you fall.
Yes.
A couple other games here. Logan 13-0 over Nitro. Braxton County hanging around with Liberty Harrison. It's 22-12 in that ball game in the fourth quarter. And Grafton up on Elkins 27-0. Clay County 14-12 over Philip Barber, and that one's at the half. Some of those teams that if we can get to play Clay County, possibly pick up some bonus points, always a good thing. Doddridge, one of our later season opponents, having their way with Wirt County so far, 27-0 at the half. Doddridge number 2 in single A. Ritchie County up big on Ravenswood, 40-14 at the half. Ritchie County, the number 6 team in single A. St. Mary's 7, Williamstown 0. That was the last reported in the second quarter. Not sure if they have a more recent update for that one, but that would also be a big one for Roane County's future. Clay County, Webster County, that one got postponed as of right now. That would be a big one for Roane County fans. Buffalo, they're hanging around with number 16 Mahan, 12-6. But the most important score, Drew, Roane County 30, Ripley 7, getting ready to start the second half.
We will certainly, when this game is over, be rushing to the vehicle to listen to the Metro News Game Night to hear the scores from around the state. Again, Roane County wants this one badly, and they will go on defense to begin the second half of play, leading 30-7. It'll be Ethan Collins doing the kicking. He stayed away from Ramsey the first couple of times, got it to the back line with Elijah Miller once. See if he goes back to short here, waiting for the referee to get his officiating crew in position. Whistle blows. We're ready for second half action. From left to right, it will sail. Collins kicks it to an up man. That is the tight end once again, Cummings. He'll take it to the outside, and it'll be a good field position start for Ripley in the second half at the 43 of the Vikings. So again, it is very important to keep momentum. One thing to think about here is you're not going to have the starting quarterback in the ball game, as Ty Stevens went out late in the first half, but the replacement, actually the third string replacement, the senior Jaden Martin, stepped in on one play and threw a touchdown. So he will be manning the helm for the Vikings. 1st and 10 from their 43. Backs in the traditional I formation. Here's the handoff. That's up the middle. That is the big fullback, and he will pick up big yardage into Raider territory. 12 chunked up yards for the 6'4 sophomore Brady Anderson.
Yeah, he took contact up the hole about 3 yards downfield, was able to get that big body moving forward, picking up the first down for Ripley, eventually brought down in the secondary by Lane Epling.
Momentum is a fickle thing in high school
that out
sports.
And bring Toby Copen in to help shore up that front line for Roane County.
Single receiver near side, a double tight end situation, backs in the I formation. Quick hitter again, off tackle, and there he goes again. Roane County able to trip Brady Anderson before he took off in the secondary, but he picks up 6 more. So that's 17, 18 yards in 2 carries. And just like that, the Vikings are on the move inside of Roane County's 40-yard line. This is a very inauspicious beginning for the Roane County Raiders.
And Ripley content with going the fullback dive up the middle and hope that Roane County over-pursues, which is what they've done the last 2 plays.
Martin goes under center once again. Hand off tackle. Pushing forward, he'll pick up 3. They'll say his knee was down at the 38. It'll bring up 3rd down and very short. 3rd down and 2, we'll call it. And you can see a very visible Coach Paul Burdette not very happy right now with his defense. He is screaming, and you can see it based off of the shoulder shrugs.
Yeah,
3rd down and 2.
Better job on that last play, though. Paxton coming up and meeting Anderson in the hole.
High formation. And the ball is on the ground. This would be a massive turn of events for the Raiders if they were able to pick that ball up, and they do. That is the only thing that was stopping the big man, Brady Anderson. And you saw the handoff, Matt White, from our view. I don't think it ever even got into the hands of Anderson. In fact, I think it looked off of his leg or hip.
Yeah, it looked like Martin had a hard time bringing that one out from underneath the center. There was a couple of iffy exchanges there, with a new quarterback coming in. You're trying to go the safe route, just give it to your big guy, let him try to pound some yardage in there. But, again, Roane County defense coming up big. That was Begler who recovered that fumble.
That -4 turnover margin strikes again, 2nd of the game for Ripley. Roane County going up the middle, and the Vikings feeling good about themselves. They've got a little bit of fire in their belly here to begin this second half. If not for that turnover, who knows what the Vikings could have done. The Raiders in possession, 9:36 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, 30-7. Raiders with the lead. Gain of about a yard on the first down carry for Skylar Delk. 2nd down and 9 from the Roane County 40. They travel left to right here in quarter number 3. Double wing set. Collins in motion behind. Here's the pitch to Ethan. Looking for room to run. Cuts it to the outside. He'll pick up a couple of yards. Nice second effort from Collins. Was going to be about a yard pickup. Make that 3.
Yeah, absorbing the contact. Again, that was Casto coming up from safety spot.
Had a great first half, did Casto.
That was his 7th tackle now of the ball game, but a better job there by Collins, getting what he could get, setting you up with a little better position here on 3rd down.
3rd down and 6 for the Raiders. They've been pretty good on 3rd downs, but they've had shorter ones than this. Here's the fake scissors play. Greathouse dumps it in the flat. He's got Delk wide open. Delk is picking and choosing his route down the field. He'll pick up big yardage. Greathouse, a beautifully touched pass into that flat, as Matt White called it. He saw Delk wide open at the Ripley 45. Delk turns, and he had 3 different lanes, Matt, and he took the right one down to the 32 of Ripley.
Yeah, just a smart play there on 3rd down. If that's a 1st or 2nd down play, maybe you take the shot downfield. Had receivers everywhere, but smart play there by Greathouse, getting it to Delk in the flat and letting him pick up the 1st down.
Matt always says stay in front of the chains. Hands off to Begler. Begler up the middle, breaking tackles, breaking arm tackles, breaking leg tackles, breaking shoulder tackles inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line. Begler is a man possessed right now. Had a 125 plus in the first half. He'll add to it with that big carry.
Yeah, again, just the leg strength, keeping the feet churning, picking up big yards. Raiders in business here. 8:09 left in the 3rd.
Vikings will call their first time out of the half. 30-0 Roane County. They'll have it 1st and 10 from the Ripley 17 after this 30-second timeout. I am never one to be comfortable with a halftime lead for anyone, let alone Roane County. And again, Ripley got possession to begin the second half after scoring at the end of the first half. And, of course, it's in my nature to panic.
Well, you've been a Mountaineer fan for so many years.
I just don't have a choice.
Yeah,
you are right.
It's embedded in you to worry. You know, even if you have a lead.
Brady Anderson did not help that to begin this second half. He was running very strong on that first Ripley possession, but another turnover gives Roane County second life. A big third down pass and catch from Greathouse to Delk, and a big run from Begler before that timeout. Raiders 1st and 10 at the 17 of the Vikings, leading 30-7. Here's a quick hitter off tackle. Delk looking for extra yards. He is stacked up by the big 6'4" sophomore Brady Anderson. He'll move forward. We'll give him 3 on the carry. I tell you, that's just the amazing thing about the 145-pound Delk.
Yeah, it just does a great job. Okay, we're going to go about 2 yards on that one, but still, that's a tough run. You're hitting a guy that's outweighs you by 100 pounds and just keeping your feet churning, fighting for whatever you can get. Keep your team moving in the right direction.
We'll bring up 2nd down and 8 from the 15 of the Vikings. Heavy package to the right. Greathouse under center, third man through. That's Begler. He's just very patient there, following those 3 or 4 lead blockers down to the 10-yard line. A great 2nd down carry gives Roane County 3rd down and short, deep in the Viking territory.
It was a good push. Right side there, Jacob Bunner was down there blocking. You had the fullback, Delk, coming up through, the tight end, Paxton. Well, Paxton's kind of like the extra fullback now in this heavy set. Just a good push up the middle.
3rd down and 3 from just outside of the 10. Begler again. He's got lots of room. He's got the 1st down. Inside the 5, it'll be 1st and goal, Raiders. And the Roane County Raiders going back to the well that they started this game. The first couple of drives, Matt, were just long, methodical drives. And right now, Roane County looks to be almost 4 minutes in to this first drive of the second half.
Bunner just got a great seal block there from the left guard spot. Pinned the nose tackle to the inside, paving the way for Roane County backs.
1st and goal. Here's Delk, untouched again. He just shot through the interior of the defensive line like a cannon, untouched for his 2nd touchdown of the evening. And Roane County, they make do with a big turnover to start the second half, and they finish off another big drive.
Yeah, that was Delk's 3rd of the ball game, Drew. Big play, nice blocking up front again for Roane County. Just doing a great job pushing up the middle, controlling the line of scrimmage.
Roane County going for 2, and Begler will be untouched to the goal line. I tell you, he got some pushback at the goal line by a big man, Grant Parsons, 6 foot 250, but I'm telling you, he's running very, very, very possessed right now, is Briar Begler. Roane County strikes again, 38-7, 6:31 left in the 3rd. 30-second break. We'll be back. I can't keep up with these guys. 3 touchdowns for him?
Mm-hmm.
Who had the first? Begler had the first 2, though, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeez.
Feed the moose.
Begler got
Feed the
2.
moose.
Begler got 2 first,
Yeah.
and then Delk the last 3.
Yep.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Boots, we're having a discussion up here in the booth as to who had the touchdowns versus the 2-point conversions. It's hard to keep track. Roane County doing a great job on offense, though.
Yeah, no doubt. These guys are trading touchdowns and 2-point conversions as they please. Let's see, 8 plays, 3 first downs, 61 yards, 3:29 off the clock. Delk takes it in from 5 yards out, and Begler plunges in for the 2-point conversion.
And again, the 2 running back system for Roane County has been solid this year. But, Matt, you mentioned it again. There's one big reason for that, and that's the offensive line of Roane County.
Play has been fantastic.
Ramsey will take the first kickoff return of the night for him, and he'll pick up about 15 on the return. Low line drive kick there by Ethan Collins. It just cannot be overstated, Matt. The offensive line for Roane County, they have just been such a wonderfully pleasant surprise to begin the year, but now we're not even surprised. Now we're just expecting this kind of play.
Yeah, the way they've started the first 4 games of this season, I mean, they really are doing a fantastic job controlling everything up front. A couple of these guys are playing both sides of the ball, doing great on defense as well.
Vikings back on offense. 1st and 10 from their 37-yard line. This time it will be Ramsey. And again, as you mentioned, the nose guard, the nose tackle. I never know what they call that.
The biggin.
The biggin in the middle, I like that. The biggin bunter making another big play inside for Roane County's interior defense. 6 minutes and rolling here in quarter number 3. Now 38-7 Roane County.
I guess on a 4-man front, that's your defensive tackle. If it's a 3-man, he's the nose guard.
Gotcha. I formation for the Vikings on 2nd down and 3, and the ball is, I thought, on the ground for a second. In fact, it was just Anderson getting tripped up at the line of scrimmage. He'll fall forward. He is 6'4", so he fell forward half of his body for the yard gain.
It's a big tree to chop down, but Colton Paxton really had a good beat on him, got a good hit to make sure that Anderson made it to the ground.
Vikings with their new quarterback again. Jaden Martin played one play in the first half at the end and threw a touchdown pass. Vikings trying to establish the run with Ramsey and Anderson. And this one is Ramsey. He is upended at the line of scrimmage. He will get just back to the line of scrimmage and no more before he is chopped down by the Raider defense.
Yeah, it was Paxton again coming up from the middle linebacker spot, making the tackle. Raiders doing a great job again controlling the rushing attack of Ripley, doing a great job of just stifling that offensive line.
Sans that first possession with Anderson here in the second half, Matt, the Raider defense has been very solid. A punting situation. Anderson back deep to punt. He lays into one, lands at the Roane County 30, takes a good Ripley bounce inside the 25, and dropped at the 22-yard line. Raiders go back on offense with 4:30 left here in the second half, or the third quarter. 38-7, Raiders in front. We were joking with Cody May when he came back up here into the booth about that those couple of decisions being made on the offensive play calling. He said, "Hey, listen, if either of those things hit, we're heroes." I said, "Well, when you go back and listen to this broadcast later, just know I meant it out of love."
Cody's one of the best that ever did it here at Roane County.
Yep.
Really was a fantastic player, a great leader, and Coach Burdette trusts him enough to be up here in the skybox giving advice.
Roane County possession number 2 of quarter number 3. Starts 1st and 10 at their own 22. Just a quick hitter. Call that the old 31 dive, or we'll call it the 32 dive.
Which one's better?
31 is better, Coach. Delk picking up big chunks of turf once again. And you just got to continue to remind yourself that the credit goes to those front 5 guys. When it's a fullback dive, it's all offensive line.
Yeah, just doing a great job of that interior offensive line. Bunner, Whited, and Schaefer, the unsung guys on this team that's really just paving the way up the middle.
Roane County overloaded to the right side. Now they'll do a quick hitter from the wing. That's a jet sweep to Begler. He'll fight forward for the first down yardage and a couple more. We saw that in the first half one time. Begler picked up a big gain on that wing jet sweep. Normally you see it, Matt, from the slot player on one side or the other, but that's an interesting little wrinkle thrown in by Coach Burdette and the staff. And it worked well for a first down, continuing to move the chains. Roane County's offense continuing to churn clock down near 3:30 left in the third quarter. Roane County up big 38-7. Double wing formation. Whistle and flag.
Looked like.
And that is the call from the near side official.
Yeah, left end was just lined up in the neutral zone.
So Roane County will get some help here from the defense. Yeah, I think that Roane County or that Ripley defensive front has got to be exhausted. The Raiders had 20 minutes time of possession, and it was 20 very good minutes too.
Yeah, and like I said earlier on, Ripley rotates a lot of guys on defense, but when you're expected to play that many plays, I believe it was like 45 offensive plays run in the first half for Roane County, you're gonna get tired.
First down and 5 at the Roane County 39-yard line. Here's the pitch to Collins, far side, cuts it back. Now looking for the outside, but once again, Castro, the leading tackler, shuts the door before Collins can pick up the first down. Give Ethan 4 And the Raiders will have a 2nd down and 1 just shy of the 45-yard line. Good sign, by the way, Matt White. I look down on Ripley's sideline, and you see Ty Stevens down there on the sideline for the Vikings, so that's a good sign that he's okay at least. But we're not going to see him again tonight, unfortunately.
Saw him come back out after halftime. That's great that he's down here with his guys cheering his buddies on.
2nd down and 1. Double wing formation. Quick hitter again. That's Delk. He's got the 1st down immediately, and more. He'll push forward out to the 50-yard line, and even a little more just into Ripley territory at about the 49.5. And the clock and the chains continue to move. We're down near 2 minutes left here in the 3rd. This is what we were hoping Roane County would do in that second half. Hold the Vikings out and then churn clock.
Yeah, and that's really what we've done for the majority of this ball game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, keeping the clock in our favor, staying ahead of the chains, not making any major mistakes. It's been a good showing here so far for Roane County.
Begler in motion to the near side, handoff, and that one almost didn't get to Delk. Greathouse had to really reach out to grab that one. We'll give him 1 yard on the play, down to the 48 of the Vikings. It's got to be frustrating for the defense in front of Ripley. They've been out there all night, and you just can't figure out a way to get to those running backs before they get ahead of steam.
Yeah, that one, like you said, a little bit of a miscommunication there between Greathouse and Delk. Just a good job to get the ball in the hands of Delk, and you finally make a good play, but he still picks up a couple yards.
2nd down and 9 for the Raiders, just inside of the Vikings territory at the 48-yard line. 1:10 and rolling, 38-7 Raiders. Quick hitter Delk again inside the 45 and maybe down to the 44, and that will be it. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and about 5 for the Raiders. That clock continues to roll. We are going to be ever mindful of Roane County's offensive series and how long they will take, and if they will produce scores as they have the entirety of the night, sans the 1 at the end of the first half. 3rd down and 5, just inside the 45 at the 44 of the Vikings. Heavy set to the left, Greathouse under center. 3rd man, that is Begler. He will cut off of the great lead blocking. He'll pick up another Raider 1st down inside of the 40 to the 35 goes Briar Begler. Just the 5 up front, Matt White, plus Colton Paxton and Skylar Delk leading, or Colton Paxton and Briar Begler for Delk is Novocaine. Just continues to churn for the Raiders. Final play of the 3rd quarter. Roane County will be on the drive in the 4th as we begin with Roane County up 38-7. 60-second break. We'll be back. You're listening to Roane County High School Raider football on WVRC 104.7 FM.
How many carries do you figure that Delk has got?
Delk?
Yeah.
I'm going to guess 20.
29.
I was going to say 24.
How many does Beggs have?
22. That's a lot.
The Delk's got a lot of those quick hitters.
Feed the moose the rock.
Feed the moose. Oh, gosh, we got feedback. Oh, no, just a little bit.
It was just a chuckle.
Hopefully it was just a chuckle. I think we're all right.
Yeah, we're okay.
It'll probably kick up right about the time you come back to us.
Come on, chain crew.
You can do it.
Figure it out.
Figured out.
Figured out.
Spring Valley.
10-ply.
And we welcome you back to Memorial Stadium on the campus of Ripley High School. Roane County entering the 4th quarter here against Class AAA Ripley, up 38-7. The one blemish on the night so far was just the one play touchdown with very little time on the first half clock. Roane County was perfect. Sans their last offensive possession in the first half. A turnover for the Vikings to begin the second half. The Raiders scored. Roane County causing a punt on the last drive for the Vikings, and the Raiders on the move. Right to left goes Roane County in this final quarter. 1st and 10 at the Viking 35-yard line. Quick hitter to Delk, and he will pick up a couple of yards. And I tell you, Boots Blosser, you gave us an interesting stat in between the 3rd and 4th quarters about Skylar Delk. He's a workhorse.
Yeah, that's actually going to be his number 30 carry, and he's got 126 yards and 3 touchdowns.
So Delk and Begler sharing the carries here tonight and sharing the love here with touchdowns for both and 2-point conversions for both. 2 yards on that carry for Delk. 2nd down and 8, and a quick whistle and a timeout for the Ripley Vikings. 11:24 left in the ball game. Roane County up big, 38-7. 30-second break. We'll be back after these messages. I don't know why I say we'll be back after these messages after I call a 30.
After this message.
It's because I'm Tim Ply.
Spare parts, bub.
Spare parts. $11 minutes, 24 seconds remaining in the ball game. Roane County, you go back to last Monday night, that 55-0 victory over Lewis County, a game in which Roane County was near perfect, at least execution-wise, for scoring drives. And tonight, it's a lot more of the same. The Raiders have scored on all but one possession at the end of that first half. They are on the move right now. They've got it 2nd and 8, up 38-7 over the Ripley Vikings here in the final quarter with 11:24 remaining. Ball resting on the 33 of the Vikings. Raiders stick with heavy formation. Pitch to the outside. Begler looking for room to run. He'll split 2 defenders inside the 25, down to the 20, and a helmet comes flying off at the end of that carry, and that's Begler's helmet. Nearly all the way to the track here at Ripley's Memorial Stadium. Nevertheless, Roane County will move those chains, Matt White. That is something that the Raiders have done for now 3 straight games.
Yeah, just doing a great job controlling the clock. If you're worried about another team's offense, the best way to nullify that, keep them off the field. Maintain possession, moving the ball great, running the ball strong up front again. That offensive line has just been mammoth for this team. That was actually an offset formation as well up front. 4 bigs to the right.
Quick hitter again to Delk, his 31st carry of the night. He'll be stacked up after a couple of yards once again, and that clock will continue to roll. The closer it gets to 0, the more excited Roane County's side line is going to get, the more hyped the fans are going to be. I tell you, we've been clamoring and begging and pleading Roane County's faithful to show up on the road, and you look across, and that is quite the outpouring of support for the Raiders.
Yeah, it's wonderful to be able to have these games that are closer. We have so many away games that are 2.5 hours. It's a tough drive for a lot of people. This is a great situation to be in.
Well, they gave Delk 3 on that carry. Here comes the carry to Ethan Collins now lining up at tailback. He'll break a tackle inside the 10-yard line. We've said it numerous times over the years. Ethan Collins may be the strongest pound-for-pound kid, at least with his legs. We know that. The kid squats in an astronomical amount of weight for his size, and he has shown a few times over the years his ability to run through some tackles.
Yeah, he did it there, just doing a great job. Like you said, showing what that off-season weight room conditioning program can do for your production on the field.
It'll be a 1st down and goal for Roane County at the Ripley 7-yard line. 9 minutes, 10 seconds on a rolling 4th quarter clock. Raiders looking for another score here, leading 38-7. This is Collins again, off tackle down to the 4, and fighting for maybe another yard to the 3. Will bring up 2nd and goal from about the 3-yard line. I like to see Collins getting some time in the backfield.
Yeah, a guy who doesn't always get a lot of love on offense. He's been a key contributor to this ball club as a cornerback. He's played really well all 4 years, and just, it's good to see a guy get some touches here late in this ball game, get the reward for all the hard work that he's put in.
And if you're Paul Burdette, I imagine that the game plan that you put into place before this game, you're going to look back and be very, very happy about the play calling, mixing it up, and the execution more than anything. Here's Collins again, fighting forward. He's near the goal line. He's going to be just shy. It took 3 or 4 defenders to get him down. It'll be 3rd and goal from just about the 1-yard line. They're trying like crazy to get E into the end zone here.
Got down for the Vikings.
And you know that Ripley probably has it sniffed out now that Roane County's trying to get Ethan into the end zone here. So Coach Paul Burdette's going to need another one of those inventive play calls, as Ripley has got a player down right about the 6-yard line.
I think that may be Deal. I'm not sure.
And you see Deal, he's up on his knees, and he is frustrated, to say the least. He just smacks his helmet off the turf. It's been a tough night for the Viking defense, a tough night for the front, as they have really just had a hard time solving the puzzle up front of the Roane County front 5 and that extra lead blocker or 2 each play. And, Matt, you were right. Brandon Deal, the senior. And Deal's up,
walking off on his own power. Always a good sign.
Vikings, again, lost their starting quarterback, Ty Stevens, at the end of the first half. It's good to see, though, he is on the sideline, so you think you take away maybe concussions or something like that. Hopefully he is okay and back for the Vikings soon. And it's good to see Deal walking off under his own power. Roane County with a 3rd and goal from the 1. 7:58 remaining in this ball game. And the Raiders leading 38-7.
Mr. Lowe, you copy?
It will be Ethan Collins dotting that power I formation. Shaded heavy to the right side. It will be Collins, and he has got it. He was about to jump into the end zone. He said, I don't care how I'm going to get there if I have to fly like Superman. He did not have to do that, just as Delk and Begler have not had to all evening. The front 5 helping out Ethan Collins into the end zone.
Yeah, you just find a white keister and follow it, because these guys are just moving the line at will so far. I mean, throughout this ball game, just a great job up front.
I got to say, just when I think I am get off my lawn, bring back the draft, Matt White comes out with keister.
You're welcome.
I am impressed. Roane County going to go for 1. Collins is the kicker. Shadrach Greathouse is the snapper. It'll be Lane Epling holding. Roane County going to run some guys on late here, or just one. That'll be Russell May.
And both teams having a tough time getting set up for this extra point attempt.
Collins has been solid throughout the year when he has had an opportunity. Snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is up.
You had to kibosh him.
Well, yeah, the thing was Ethan was jumping on the touchdown play. He got a cramp, did not have enough in that right leg to make it. Nevertheless, Roane County is feeling it here tonight. Just 6:31 remaining in this one. The Raiders all over the Vikings, 44-7. 30-second break. We'll be back. Roane County stays 98% to John Penna's liking, Boots Blosser. They get another one.
Yeah, a methodical drive of 14 plays, 4 first downs, 78 yards. Ethan Collins runs it in from 1 yard out. They took about 10 minutes off a running clock, and Ethan Collins failed on the PAT attempt.
Roane County up 44-7 with 6:15 left in this one. See Clay Walker running on late. You'll start to see that here as the time winds down. You're going to see some fresh jerseys, and Ethan Collins, boy, nobody more disappointed in that kick than Ethan was as he snap hooked it out of bounds. It'll be great field position for the Ripley Vikings. Yeah, you'll start to see some fresh faces in here for Roane County.
Yeah, Lewis County couldn't pull the upset over Lincoln, fell 21-6.
Very impressive performance though for them.
Yeah, Braxton, they fell short by 3 points to Liberty Harrison.
Lake and Drennan,
26.
Lake and Drennan, Shea Harper, and Noah Jets in on the front line defensively for the Raiders. A couple of fresh faces for Roane County. Ripley going to look to throw it out to Casto. It's tipped off of his hands, and I tell you, Sean Conrad was the closest man to it. He would have had a chance on a tip bingo drill to pick six that one.
Yeah, that throw was a little bit high. I mean, you think Casto was kind of aggravated with himself that he didn't pull that one in. But good coverage again by Conrad. Throw on the outside.
Again, we're on a running clock now, 5:40 rolling even after the incomplete pass. Double wing formation for Ripley. The handoff to the 6'3" junior tailback, Joey Ramsey. I tell you, if you'd have told me before this game that Roane County's defense would have held Ramsey and Anderson completely in check, I would have said we probably are winning this game if that happens.
Yeah, you knew that was going to be the key to this ball game, was keeping those big backs from running wild on you. Did a good job of that. I mean, and it's unfortunate for them when Stevens went out as well. I mean, that really was a shot to their offense.
3rd down and 10 at the 48 of Ripley. Here's a pitch to the outside to Ramsey, looking for room to run, and he'll be upended. A great open field tackle by the Raiders. And that was Russell May coming up from his Cobra position. And he knows he's a lot shorter and smaller, so why not get down there near the ankles and just upend Ramsey. 4th down and 12 for the Ripley Vikings. 4:20 and rolling. Roane County going to improve now to 4-1, and this is a big one. We knew on the schedule what this meant points-wise, and this is going to be a very solid victory for the Raiders here tonight. Punting situation, the big man Anderson back to punt it away. Leg into it. Golly, a cannon of a punt, and that is going to roll out of bounds inside the 10 for the Brand. How about that? That was a booming punt by Anderson.
Had a good angle, good location. They're going to mark it at the 11. What a fantastic, flipping of the field for Anderson. It's a big kick. See if, we're going to get all new fresh jerseys here.
Fresh jerseys for Ripley. It'll just take maybe one play for Coach Paul Burdette to see that. And nope, didn't even take that. He's already got the JV out. Yeah, I didn't know if he was going to see that. Sometimes you'll notice that coaches in the end of games will look across the field at each other and
give that
say, hey,
we're going to either call off the dogs or we're going to, call this one a wash, and let's get the young guys out here. We'll get them some Friday Night Lights action.
Fresh faces for both teams here with 3 minutes remaining in this one. Roane County leading 44-7. Tyson Penna in at QB. Roane County will have to run. Sam Elmore off late. Backs in the split back situation. Here's the handoff. That's Clay Walker, the fullback for the Raiders. Off tackle. He'll pick up nice yardage on 1st down. Walker and Shea Harper, pair of Roane County freshmen in the backfield for the JV. And I tell you, the JV, they need this. It has been a tough year for a lot of teams anyway. But the fact that these games have been moved and shuffled around, it means no JV games. They had, 8 or 9 games scheduled?
They had 9 originally scheduled. So far, only one of those able to get in, but getting some good varsity action here. That's going to count towards your letter, right?
Absolutely will. 2:10 and rolling. Back split again. Penna hands it off. That'll be Clay Walker once again. Walker picking up a yard, brings up 3rd down and 5. And we are under 2 minutes in this one. Roane County, boy, they came into a tough, hostile environment with emotions riding high. Homecoming night for Ripley. And the Raiders just calmly, steadily did what they have done for the past 3 games. Penna surveying the landscape. He is staring down at that play clock as it rolls down. Here comes the handoff. That is Clay Walker again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage no more. And the clock nearing 1 minute. We are 20 seconds shy of that. The Raiders will pick up a big win. Now, as we look at our schedule, next week at the moment is scheduled to be open for the Raiders. There has been some shuffling, obviously, this year. There is an opportunity on the table next Friday night for Roane County to actually reschedule that Clay County game that was canceled due to COVID in Clay County's side of things. So the offer's there. We'll see if that game happens. If so, we'll be there. If not, it'll be a Roane County forfeit. Here's Shea Harper with the carry out near the first down line. It'll depend on the spot. And I think he may actually have it. So Harper with his 1 carry picks up 6, and he will move the chains, and that will be the final play of the ball game. The Raiders, a big victory here tonight as they go up in class to AAA, and they come into the Vikings home court, and the Raiders get the victory by a final of 44-7. Roane County improves to 4-1 now on the season. We'll take a break for our sponsors, come back, recap the ball game, give you your stats, and have your Willity Starter Auto Parts players of the game after these messages. Just 1. I hope we keep it classy. Please keep it classy here in the line, please.
Yeah, don't do anything stupid.
That's what I'm saying.
I think we just need to go back to that stand along the sideline, tip your hat, and walk away. Just to make sure.
I think cooler heads will prevail here.
Yeah, I should hope so.
Except for... Well, folks, it was a very important night for Roane County. We knew it coming in. The stress was high, but just like every other game this year for the Raiders, they are able to be mentally tough and very focused throughout. The Raider offense was very good in this ball game. The Raider defense causing 2 turnovers and stifling the Ripley running backs. And for the first time since 2011, it's been 10 years since the Rotary Trophy has been in Roane County's possession, and they will get it here tonight for the first time since 2011 with a big 44-7 victory on the road in hostile territory on homecoming night for Ripley. This was a mammoth victory for the Raiders because it was AAA, because if you want to get where Roane County wants to get, you've got to beat good teams. You got to beat teams on the road. You've got to grind out victories when you're not quite executing. And when you are, you do what you did tonight, and that's what the Raiders did here tonight. They were on point from start to finish with their execution, and they win it big, 44-7. In this one, Matt White, I tell you, this one got off to a good start. Everything that we talked about off the air leading up to this game this week and tonight on the drive here, it was all about you've got to execute number 1 on all 3 phases of the game. You've got to slow down or stop the 2 big running backs for the Vikings. And when you do those 2 things, everything else kind of took care of itself here.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, we know what Roane County, what these kids are capable of. And we've been able to see that a couple, 3 of the games really this year. And even the one where, you make so many of those mental mistakes, they prove that they're always going to be, they're always going to be ready to go. No matter what the situation, they're doing such a great job keeping calm, keeping, collective, and taking advantage of situations. It's been something that, over the years, we kind of joke about, sort of.
Has not always been the case.
So we don't always get those breaks, and we always say, "Are we cursed? What's the deal?" We've started to get some bounces our way. Certainly hope that trend continues, but you don't need a lucky bounce though when your offensive line is playing the way that these front five guys for Roane County. They really are just paving the way. A couple of tough running backs, Delk and Begler, are just I can't even explain. The kind of strength and the kind of just anger that is in their legs. They're not wanting to be denied on any play. Smart with the ball tonight. We minimize the penalties and the mental mistakes.
What do we have? 3 for 15 yards, all procedure penalties?
I believe so. Yeah, it was very clammy. We did get away with that one hit on Stevens.
Yes, we did.
That was just a missed one by the refs. Should have been a personal foul on Roane County, but hey, that's the breaks that we never get before.
Yes.
Always tension. When you play Ripley.
Yeah.
It's such a close proximity. It still builds up a lot of animosity sometimes, with this only being the 12th meeting now between the two schools, and it's been very one-sided. Ripley's always dominated. We've just done everything that we had to do here today. Controlled the line of scrimmage, ran the ball hard. The defense was flying everywhere, making tackles, and I think what impresses me the most is our ability to stop the run game. A lot of times in the past we've had issues with tackling. That's not been the case so far this season. That second line of guys, the linebacking core, the guys in the secondary, are just doing a great job of getting to the spots, recognizing plays, breaking down, making good, solid form tackles, and just controlling the clock. It was 20-4 at halftime. I imagine it's about 40-8.
Yeah.
On the final, we'll see here in just a moment when Boots lets us know all the stats and whatnot. But you couldn't be prouder of these guys. The way that they come out here, played with their heads. Played with their heads on right.
It couldn't be, and I know we begin to sound almost like a broken record, but it needs to be said every single game because the offensive line has continued to do such a fantastic job to help these running backs to the big numbers that they are getting. They got it again tonight. I can't wait to hear Delk and Begler's numbers. And what that does is it just punishes defenses, and it wears defenses down, especially when you've got that time of possession so far in front of the other team. I like your analysis of the second and third level defenders. You have to be able to break down. You cannot just fly recklessly to the ball, and Roane County so far this year has done that, and we know in the past that has not always been the case for the Roane County defense. Very happy, though, that the Raiders are able to pull one out here tonight. Your final score, 44-7. The Raiders improve now to 4-1 on the season. Again, that was points galore for the Raiders here tonight against the Class AAA team. Boots Blosser, are you ready for us, buddy?
Yeah, I might be. A little shocked by seeing how many tackles they end up with, but yeah, we'll give her a go here. We'll start with the Roane County Raider rushing attack, led by Briar Begler with 23 carries for 187 yards and 2 touchdowns. Skylar Delk had 31 carries, 129 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Ethan Collins had 8 carries for 41 yards and a touchdown. Shadrach Greathouse was 1 of 3 for 24 yards passing. Skylar Delk was 1 catch for 24 yards. The offense possessed the ball for I'm befuddled by this number, 37 minutes. 0 turnovers, committed 3 penalties for 15 yards, picked up 27 offensive first downs.
Wow.
Right. The defense was led by Colton Paxton with 5 tackles. Briar Begler had 4 tackles and a fumble recovery. Christian Jarvis had a tackle and a fumble recovery. The total offensive attack for the Roane County Raiders, 68 rushes, 380 yards, 6 touchdowns, passing 1 of 3 for 24 yards. The offense of Roane County had 71 offensive plays for 404 yards. We'll go to the Ripley Vikings attack here. The ground game was led by Brady Anderson, who had 7 carries for 25 yards. Joey Ramsey, who had 7 carries for -1 yard. Isaiah Castu had 1 carry for 10 yards. The passing attack was led by Jaden Martin, who was 1 of 2 for 27 yards and a touchdown. Ty Stevens was 3 of 7 for 23 yards. And the receiving core, Joey Ramsey had 1 catch for 27 yards and a touchdown. Isaiah Casto had 2 catches for 19 yards. The Ripley offense had the ball for 11 minutes. They did commit 2 turnovers, and they did pick up 2 5-yard penalties for a total of 10. And let's see, they had 3 offensive first downs. Their total offensive attack, 16 carries, 37 yards. They were 4 of 10 for 50 yards and a touchdown. The total offensive output for the Ripley Vikings, 26 plays, 87 yards. And I stole your numbers earlier. They were 157 yards less than their game average.
Unbelievable defensive effort, offensive effort for the Raiders. 37 minutes time of possession to 11. And for the third straight game, Roane County's defense holds a team under 100 yards of offense. 44-7, your final score. One final break for Willard C. Starcher Auto Parts. Come back and wrap it up here from Ripley High School after this.